on that.
Who's doing the scoreboard?
You know, that's a good question, too. Have to look around there. I see
Is it
Jensen on it? We could put Jensen on it. Probably could.
Somebody got it's all remote.
Welcome to Saint Ansgar. Hey, so we have it was a scheduled game, but we didn't have it on our Saints TV schedule, so we actually just kind of going live a little impromptu here. So I don't expect that anybody that was preparing for this one get notified or whatever, but there's those of you who know that Saints TV streams. It's just what we do, right? So Candle Genius here with Dieselden. Welcome back, Dieselden. We missed you last night.
That's right. I did listen to the broadcast a little bit, and you guys sounded awesome. You got Kirby out of bed.
We did get Kirby out of bed, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he stayed up that late.
It's so fun to have him here. That guy, he's good. He knows his stuff, you know.
He does. He keeps a way different book for the baseball. It's way more than what I'm used to versus the book that I keep. But that guy, he understands this game like no other.
Yes, he does.
So right now we got the Saints on out in defense here. We got what are we? We're Bulldogs, right?
Yeah, the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, right?
Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs showed up in a couple pretty nice little vans, all vinyled up. We'll take a look at that here on our sky cam at some point. But
going straight back, right where Kirby normally sits, was right beside him. Is he out there? Yeah, he is.
He said he's going to sit behind the plate
today.
Yeah, he
is. Yeah.
I expect he's got a partner next to him.
Maybe we should mic him up so that way he can take the behind the play shot there. We got a straight on up. Shots is traveling it, still traveling it, catches it. Out number one.
Great job, Shots.
Yep.
Next up, number 5.
That's all done. He tracked that one perfectly. One out for the Saints. That was their shortstop up to play there?
You know what? I'm still kind of getting my things together. We don't have a scoreboard on the stream yet. We're going to look to do that. I see.
Because of technical difficulties we got going on here?
Well, it actually came down to
ground ball to our shortstop and goes right between Port's legs. You don't see that every day.
You do not see that.
No, you do not. It hit right on the lip of the grass, and he ain't going to let that happen again. You take a half a step back or a half a step ahead, you do not ground the ball right there. Well, good. Maybe that's his first error for the year, and now it's done. He gets one error every year. Is that what Port gets? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that all he gets? That's pretty good.
Yep, just one. So it's good to get that out of the way now, so we don't have to worry about it later.
With about 150 put out, something like that, and he makes one error. I'm good with that.
It'd be trouble if he hadn't committed that area and we're going into the postseason.
Right.
We'd be like, oh my God, like this is not the time we want to do this.
Bottom of the seventh, bases loaded, and 2 outs, and you got that to happen.
Good for Porter the quarter to get that out of the way here.
Yeah. Riker Hoffman's going to be on the mound here for the Saints tonight. He's going to be throwing to Seth Shots behind the plate. He's got an 0-1 count on, or 1-1 count on him right now. He's going, and Shots can't pick it up soon enough. So he takes second base. Do we know what Hampton's record is?
I have nothing right now.
Anybody? Anybody maybe? Megan? Hampton's record?
No idea.
How we doing?
We're going to get information as we go. We got a doubleheader here, lots of time to cover stuff, including I'm going to take a moment here to get my scoreboard set up. What does that mean? Why do I say that? Well, because I'm going to keep the screen right here. We get a view of all of the bases. If we get a shot to the outfield, we might miss it because I have to, on my computer, get to set up that scoreboard so that you guys can know what ball strikes, outs, runners on base, all the really good stuff. It's a nice little piece of information to have on the stream.
If not, otherwise you got to hear me hacking up all the time. And right now the count's 3-1. We got one out, guy on second base.
It's your job to do just that, at least until we get this scoreboard up.
Riker's, is this his first appearance on the mound? Do we know, Megan?
We saw Riker once before, I want to say.
Well, he come in on relief maybe or something like that, but is this his first start is what I'm kind of thinking.
Oh, now that might be true.
Right. So far looking pretty good. They got a runner in second base and scoring position. Count's full, one out. Riker goes ahead and tries to get him at second. Close play there. They got that timing down very well. In fact, I was listening to the game there last night. We were driving home from Cedar Rapids from my niece's graduation party there last night, and so Porter went all the way to 25 pitches there last night, and they pulled him, and would have been foul ball. Did it hit him or foul ball? I heard a bat.
It shook his hand, and then he threw his bat. There at his hand, then he threw his bat.
Unless he's got an aluminum plate in his hand.
Well, you might need one after that.
Anyway,
Now batting
they
number
called
10,
it hit by pitch,
Dawson
so he's
Riker.
going to go on to first base. So driving back, so Port's up to 25 pitches, and they wanted to pull him, so I'm assuming so they got him for today or good for Monday, and so he probably could have took a couple throws to first or second base because he had bases loaded at the time, and not make an actual pitch.
Correct.
Correct. And try and see if he can get the third out on a pickoff move.
Exactly. And that's kind of the first thing Colton did when he came in. Was, well, he did go to second base before he even threw a pitch.
Yep. So that's, would have been no pitch, but would have got it. Oh, good off-speed pitch there by Riker. 0-2 count. Still one out. Two guys on. Riker goes back to second base. Good toss. If you do miss that ball out to second base there, that's going to roll a long ways before Anthony can go ahead and pick that thing up. So it's got to be a good throw. Still 0-2 pitch. Coming on up, he strides to home plate. Got a ground ball to our shortstop. Going to 2 and a 1, and he's safe at 1. Guy's at second or third base now. Slow roller to shortstop. Play looked good. Just wasn't fast enough.
Now batting number 4, James Stevens.
We got runners at first and third now. Number 4, James, we don't get his last name for Hampton up the bat. Runners at first and third for Hampton. Whole infield's got to play on what it is that we're going to be doing here. So he gets a fielder's choice to first base. Still sprinkling a little bit out here. What's up with that? I'm kind of thinking by my radar we might have some showers coming up here too in about an hour or so. Might have a little rain delay maybe in between games. That'd be awesome. Okay? But we ain't got to worry about dust here today.
For the player, it's a little cool up here. I bet for the players, they probably kind of like this weather.
Players perfect. You're doing your thing and maybe put a little sweat on. That's about it. There's a good swing and a strike. 17 pitches for Riker, and here comes a herd of geese coming watching the game. How about that? Think they're going to go home and land out in center field or something maybe? See them all coming in.
Wouldn't that be great if they did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're directly overhead right now.
I'm going to put the baseball scoreboard up here. It might not be accurate yet, but it's there for you. Lady Genius is going to be running that for us.
Is that right? You got her going on this?
You bet, man.
Jeez, you guys are a team, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. You think we're good at this? You should see us raise kids.
Yeah. Okay,
raising them.
Raising them.
Raising them. I don't know where you're getting at there, Megatron.
Okay. Megan's starting to get a little goofy over here now.
Hashtag, just look it up. World's greatest parents.
Got your guys' picture right beside it.
It should be. Yeah.
It should be. It really should be. Yeah. You betcha. Ball up.
Hey, all right, Riker.
Still runners on first and third. Pitch is delivered. Strike. Strike looking. Okay. Full count.
So if you're just joining us, we are at the top of one here in Saint Ansgar. We've got Saturday doubleheader versus these Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs.
Yep.
We don't have a camera behind the plate.
Brody Robertson.
Looked like a pretty good
Today.
pitch, and that one went for a ball. Now we got bases loaded up.
Strike zone seems to be a little small today. That means you're going to see more runners take free bases on walks. Base runner management, super important. These things typically really good at it.
I don't actually know how to
Right.
say it.
Well, at least now we can go ahead and it's not a bad walk. Now we got out at any base here, and all we got to do is not have that base clearing double.
You got it. Starting off with a strike there, 2 outs. Now the scoreboard, like I said, we're going to get it updated here shortly. I see Lady Genius is busting out her scoreboardator, or whatever we want to call the mechanism.
Scoreboardator.
Whatever it is.
Is that what it's called?
No, I don't even like that name. I just came up with it, and we're going to change that. It's going to be
Okay.
something better than that.
It was pretty quick that night.
Yeah, it was not
making that up.
quick, but not good. So
Riker goes ahead and delivers. Curveball in for a strike.
that'd be nice for the Saints to find a way to get strike 3 on the board here to clear those bases to the dugout instead of across the plate.
I told my wife to come on up here for lunch today, so.
Does that mean bring me a lunch?
No, we're going to do concession stand. There you go. Striker goes ahead and swinging strike. Bases loaded. Empties them on out. Out number 3. Good way to end her.
Riker, the striker here on
Is that
Saints
what we're
TV.
doing?
It might be. Just struck him out. Bases loaded. Gets the Saints out of what could have been a little bit of a pickle. But the score is 0-0. We're going to be back right after this message with the bottom of the first inning here in Saint Ansgar.
We're coming
Don't
up
go
at the
anywhere.
top of the Saints.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional support, it creates opportunities for individuals and organizations.
All right, we're back in St. Ansgar. Top of the order. Who is this diesel then?
We got Gus Swalk leading off for us, number 15, playing third base for us today. We get some time here. We'll go on down through our lineup here. Gus goes ahead and takes ball 1. Hampton's got number 5 on the mound for him.
Now our scoreboard should show accurately. I see Lady Genius has got her hands on the controls. Bottom of 1 here, 2-0 the count.
Finally takes the strike. 2-1 the count. Gus is way up front in this batter's box. He's at. Looks like he's a little, I mean, more than usual, I would think, but that's where he feels comfortable in standing. I guess that's where he's at. Ball inside for ball 4. Takes a walk.
You know, if you're watching from home and not used to listening to us here, we like to talk about things as if maybe you've never heard them before. So if you know these things, we apologize. But if you don't, we like to educate a little bit. So why the heck would Gus stand way up in the batter's box, and way up means closer to the pitcher, right? So what does that mean?
So
why is he doing that?
It's a timing thing. So if it's either, he feels that this here pitch, he's watching him warming up, the speed of his pitches, and to get his timing of the swing down, he's got to go ahead and swing sooner. He doesn't want to do that, so he swings at the same time. So he moves up 6 inches. He moves up 8 inches in the box, so that way that timing is the same place, the same time every time he swings.
And he's allowed all of that box to
You
do
bet.
it.
Throw over to first base. Gus is taunting him a little bit. He's got the old oven mitt on.
That's a sliding mitt. That's not an oven mitt.
It's not a what, Megan?
It's a sliding mitt, not an oven mitt.
I call it an oven mitt. It's an oven mitt. You could sure use it for an oven mitt.
The oven mitt has a different meaning.
It's this. I know it. You just grew another 6 inches with that mitt. How big can this oven mitt be? I mean, can it be
that's
2
good.
feet long?
That's a great question. What if it was long enough to touch the base right now?
Could it be 90 feet long?
That'd be a pretty good oven mitt. And I think it is an oven mitt because it actually does get you out of a hot spot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it's an extra 2 feet long. So I think the technical term is an oven mitt. Some people who don't understand it would call it a sliding mitt.
I wouldn't say that's the technical. The technical term would be sliding mitt.
Oven mitt.
Well, I'm with you.
I'm going with you.
I know.
I'm helping
with
you out here.
Well, I'm trying to, help Megan out here.
No, I'm trying to help you out. I can't help you both out. You're disagreeing.
This is true. Nice
that's
bunt
a nice
down
bunt.
third base
In the wet
line.
grass, that's
He's
just
got wheels and he's
impossible.
going to make her. Nice bunt. Beautiful job. That is right where it needed to be.
Perfect bunt by Anthony Shable. Advances. Gus walk.
Third baseman's playing back, so that's a good time to do it. And he made it aboard on a base hit. He either hits home runs or he bunts the ball. One of the two,
We know that in a grass infield like this, a bunt like that tends to slow down and potentially stop, and it just wreaks havoc on the infielders, right? But what I'm realizing is it's twice as effective when the grass is damp.
You betcha. Yeah, it really slows them on down. Jay Sweesaw up the bat. Got Gus Walk on second base, Anthony Schnabel on second base. But, yeah, and that's kind of when Devin went ahead and built this ball field that he loves the small game, and he was definitely going to have grass baselines for that reason. Because he loves the bunt, he loves to do that stuff, and I guess it does play an advantage to any team that we do play if they love the same thing that they're going to love playing here.
You bet.
Now, the Nashville Playfield new field was that was all dirt infield, not infield, but dirt baselines.
Baselines, yeah.
Yep. So that's just what they is. So there's no rule as far as how your field looks. I don't even think there's a rule as far as high school baseball that you have to have a grass infield.
No, and I think you see more and more of it. And I think even when we built this, it seemed like, I don't know, there weren't that many, it seemed like. And I know that we're very intentional about it here, but you're right. The grass baselines are
right
a little bit uncommon.
Yep. And the maintenance on it's probably a little easier. That way you ain't got the dirt to maintain. You got the grass there that usually grows until you got so many ball games that you ruin baselines on it. But we got a ball down in the dirt. Gus goes ahead and takes third base. Anthony takes second base on a drop ball. Can't make the count. And we all move up 90 feet. Jace is still up the plate here with a 3-2 full count. Double the defense would look real nice right now.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Try and capture that.
Just a nice base hit would work good. So we got our rolling ground ball.
That's a tough
and
throw.
We've got a overthrow to first base. And he's holding at second base. So Jason's going to be standing on second
Now
base.
batting for the Saints, number 6, Riker Hoffman.
If you're watching from home, Jace just kind of clips his heel along that orange bag. What's the deal with that orange bag out there?
That's the safe bag.
And what does that mean?
For the safe
It
bag.
looks out of bounds from here.
Right, it is out of bounds, and that's for the runners, okay, not for the defense. The defense has to make the play on the white part of the bag. The runner can hit the orange part of the bag and still be on the bag. So it's a safe thing. College has got it. And I noticed this year, college baseballs, they painted theirs green. You have any idea why that is?
No.
I didn't find the answer to that either. Ball up high. 2-0.
In youth baseball, I noticed that pretty much, I think all Iowa fields had it. But then when we played in Minnesota, none of them did. So,
oh, really?
And then you realize how important it is from a safety perspective because essentially that bag is you're safe at first as a runner when you touch that bag, even though it's technically out of bounds, and that allows the fielder to play the white one and the runner to get on the orange one or green, if that's the case, right?
That way guys ain't cleating each other and stepping on each other's feet and tweaking and breaking legs and ankles. And
there's way too much really fast action going on over there. And as you saw there, the first baseman comes through, or if that was first baseman, maybe the pitcher, kind of collided a little bit with Jace. Jace had to scoot out of the way. And
same deal. Riker was our batter. I don't know if we announced him or not.
Sorry, Riker. We'll hit you next time, kid.
How's his ankle doing, Megan? Well, you seemed like he kind of limped there.
Better not be limping. Oh, you know what?
I don't know. Kind of looked like he did.
There was talk that when we bring him in, we'll bring him in softly and we'll let him hit, but then he'll get a runner. So we see that's what's happening. Well, of course, he's pitching tonight too. So
apparently, it feels good enough that he can pitch. So if you want to throw some, stress on your ankles, throw him on the mound. That'll do it.
True. But I
maybe
suppose
first
it's not
base, maybe not.
It's not like unexpected lateral movements that might happen when you're running.
Correct.
Think about Jace. As Jace was running to first base there, like what would that have looked like had it been Riker having to make that quick shift to get out of the way?
Well, isn't that how he got hurt? Sliding into second base?
He got hurt sliding into second base,
right. So that's it. So you got to make a good, decent slide. That's why I always love sliding head first.
You know what? Maybe between games you can come down there. We'll get the camera on you. You can show us how to do it.
Not anymore. No, ain't gonna. I don't think I'll get myself back up.
Got it.
Okay,
that's fair.
I mean, unless you're going to help me up, I'll get myself down.
Yeah, I'll be running the camera. So
gravity takes over, and
maybe
it's pretty
Megatron.
tough.
Maybe Megatron to help you out.
Yeah. Squares around and fake bunt. We got runners at first and second, 1-1 count.
A little bit of breeze in our mics. We can take care of that if it's a problem. Chat is open. Let us know if you're hearing a lot of wind.
Blowing in today, too. Got a southeast wind. Another fake bunt.
We tend to hear things in our ears that don't necessarily make it to the broadcast. So, obviously, we want to know if you're hearing it. We don't want it to be a burden to you.
Maybe you got to get them big, I don't know, what are they, like tennis ball kind of things that go over the mic? Big foam things.
The ones for wind are actually, they're like a fur, and the technical term for them.
Yeah. Okay, he bunts down first base line and moves our runners on up, and he takes the hit. Yeah.
See, Colton gives just a little bit of a jab there to maybe try to knock the ball out on that. What are you going to do?
He's
in your
baseline.
Guys.
This ain't football here, fellas. What he could have done
is just stopped.
Yep. Just stop right there 3 feet from him and have him make the play on you. Yep. And that gives it another second or two for our runners to move up safely to a base. That split second is what you need to do. So as a base runner, that's what we want to go ahead and do is make them guys have a play on you. So we got one out. We got a base hit, or not a base hit, but a ground ball going on down out the right field. We've got our runner running the home. We got a play at the plate, and he is up and in. Scores. Base hit for Jackson Vroom. Scores 2.
Great job, action, Jackson Vroom.
You got the old Vroom, sound effect that you got going on here.
Now's a good time. It's it's a little more casual out here today. Let's take a look and see what.
It wasn't that it was a hard hit ball. It was right in no man's land between first and second base there, and they both kind of dove at it and couldn't get her to go. Worked out well.
Let's see if we can find a little something for the roomster here.
So Saints is up 4-0 now, top or bottom of the one. And Port's going to be coming on up.
I got a lot of cool stuff here, but not that.
You do, and it'll be the biggest mistake you ever made, you Texas brush popper.
There you go. Yeah,
but
keep
that's
that
not,
one on.
That's not what we're after, I know.
Got any Bugs Bunny Roadrunner stuff there?
I think I do.
Jackson Vroom's on first base. Porter Sweesaw is up the bat. Goes ahead and takes ball low. What's Brian yakking about there now?
Ema, you stinking.
Yeah, see? We got some.
The old Looney Tune guy here. You're good. Where's Fritzy at today? What's his excuse?
He can't do 2 nights in a row.
Is that it?
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. He can do 2 nights in a row.
He
can't
needs a
do night the
24-hour
next
break
morning.
or something?
And as luck would have it, he misses Little Debbie. And she came home from D.C. last night, and he's probably cooking her up a nice brunch, breakfast in bed right now,
You're right.
watching the game.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she was out there for, 4 or 5 days or something?
Yeah, long time.
No. Maybe a little jet lag going on. So,
well, they got delayed, too, so she sat.
Oh, really?
got on her airplane, and like, who doesn't want to spend extra time in an aircraft? Sitting on the ground.
Still, yeah.
Like, oh, hey, I'm glad you're all here, cramped in like oysters, and we got you all zipped in nice and tight now.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to sit for 3 hours. Yep.
Now we're going to sit and wait.
Port goes ahead and takes a walk. We got Vroom on second. He's going to go and get courtesy run for, not courtesy run. Pinch run for.
Or substitute.
Who do we got?
Substitution. 24. That's is that Trey? Trey.
Yep.
Yeah, Trey.
What grade's Trey? He's
a freshman.
Freshman?
Finishing his freshman year right here on the baseball field.
Look at that. That's good. Get the young guys in, get them some experience. That way down the road 3-4 years from now, hey, they know what's going on.
You bet. Slane's leading this one 4-0 with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Up to bat, St. sophomore Mason Beeland. I'm going to take you. We talked last night about official stats versus the real stats, and we say when we want the real stats, we talk to a boy named Mo, Kirby Moses, who keeps his own books, and I love it.
So he's got
You've
the
seen his
real,
books.
not the official?
The official is unbound, right? So that's what the state's going to go with. But the real stats, if you want the real stats, you talk to a boy named Mo.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Mason goes ahead and moves the runners on up with a ground ball to second base as he hits a curveball. Sits on that one really nice. Made some contact with it.
Joe Clevenger.
Moved guys on up and creates a second out.
If you're hearing sweet, sexy sounds over the loudspeaker here announcing the names, that is Rob Meyer. I know you're thinking, Glenn is Glenn. What happened with Glenn?
Yeah, what happened, Glenn?
Did Glenn experience puberty or what's going on? And like, no,
That's right.
is Rob
That
Meyer.
was his last excuse. We go ahead and got a ground ball. Shortstop, first baseman cannot handle it. And Clev goes ahead and rounds and goes up to second. Goes ahead and takes 2.
And if you're learning to keep your own books at home, Megatron, we should put a headset on Megatron. How does that go in the books? Is that a double?
Number 15.
It's an error.
It's a single plus an error.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's true. He shouldn't have gotten the single, should he? So the whole thing is an error. So there you go. See, I was wrong in trying to explain it. I'm so glad I've got Megatron.
Everybody's glad we got Megatron. Just to see what's going on.
That's a fact.
That's right. Right on.
With the rain that we've gotten today, last night, if you're watching last night, we had a behind-the-plate camera. My goodness, Joe Clev is he's
way out there.
He's just playing some games out there.
He's halfway there.
Let's see what's going on his kid's face here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't seen the catchers throw down to.
You know, he's halfway somewhere, right? You may as well just go to third.
That's right. That's right.
It's the same distance to one base as it. I guess it's a shorter throw by the catcher. That's the reason, right?
Yep. That's right.
So go back to second. The throw's going to take a little longer. The guys aren't really sitting on the base the way they are on third. I get it. I just want to see him get to third base.
Right. Gus Walker is going to be our top. Is back up the top again. He goes ahead and takes a.
Joe's taking it.
And we got to
He's
go.
gonna go
And he
home
goes,
on it.
Yep. We got to overthrow at third base. And Clev makes her all the way home.
Feels like, I don't know, does it feel like early season baseball or Saturday morning baseball for this Hampton-Dumont-CAL team? A lot of miscues here. I'm sure they'll get this thing figured out as they get warmed up. But
Well, they
so
had
far,
a little bit of long, they got hours drive, and so they got up early and things. And some ball teams just don't play well in the mornings.
and I don't know their situation, but as I was looking at the rain this morning, I'm thinking their hour drive probably was in the rain on the way here, thinking, why are we doing this again?
Right, yep.
And it's
Gus Walk goes ahead and takes steal down the second base.
There's your head first slide.
There's your head. That's absolutely right. See? You ain't got to worry about tweaking ankles. That's
No,
why
sir.
he's got the oven mitt on. Now,
That's
your
true.
forearms really get chewed up. I remember that. You know, you always got all kinds of road rash there.
Can your oven mitt cover like all the way up to your elbow? Or
I
armpit?
bet they can. I bet they can. There's something out there. Somebody makes it. Anthony Schnabel's up the bat here. Gus Walk is going to be at second base. 2 outs. Saints is up 7-0. And Gus goes ahead, tries to take third, and he slid under and got it. That was a close call.
That was a really close call, and I could have seen that go either way. Just considering where the third baseman's foot was, that it might have been obstructing. I wouldn't say legally obstructing because there was certainly play being made there, but it looked like Gus did a really good job of getting around that foot and onto the base. But would the umpire see it was the question.
Anthony goes ahead and takes a walk. We got runners at first and third. And even, I think that was a good call by the umpire there. That I believe he did get it, but he made it way closer than it needed to be. And
got that right.
Oh, Speedy Gus there. That's what it is.
Speedy Gonzalez.
He beat him up. He just beat him up. So runners at first and third. You got another situation going on here. See if Anthony's going to get the green light to go ahead and steal. Jay Sweesaw is up the bat.
I think he gets a green light.
For the second time this inning. We've already went around. Jace goes ahead and follows her straight back.
That's more of a yellow light, I think, because if Jay Sweesaw is swinging at that.
Yep, right.
I guess either case, you got 2 outs here, so. Whew, third baseman. Ooh. Got a 27-inch vertical to make that catch, or that's going to be another run or 2, depending on the situation. I assume we'll go with regular run rules here. This is 2 out. Is this 2 7-inning games, or is that the plan here, Megatron? Do you know? It's 2 7-inning games today.
Jace gets hit right in the back.
Now batting number 6, Riker Hoffman.
What did he say?
Hit him in the fat. That's what we're told.
Mm-hmm.
Bases juiced, 2 outs. Riker Hoffman, senior Riker Hoffman up to bat.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Goes that takes a strike. Base hit going on down to our second baseman. He bobbles the ball, can't come up with it. And we go ahead and score 2 more.
I don't know what we're dealing with. Wet grass? What's the problem out here today?
I don't know. First baseman went and took for the bag. I don't know why he did that. And you got to go get the ball. And that he had the second baseman had to travel a long ways to go get it.
Sure.
And that was just a tough play for him. First baseman, that's first baseman's ball.
So first baseman gets the ball. What is he doing? Is he abandoning first base?
Well,
Diesel then? Who's covering first base?
Your pitcher's coming over to cover. I didn't see him cover either. So
there's lots to know in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of things not happening that should be happening. So pass ball there, goes ahead and brings up 2 more runners 90 feet closer to the bag. We got runners at second and third. 2 outs yet. We're doing a lot of running here, a lot of scoring on 2 outs. Winia, is that who's that? We got number Colton's on up for Saint Ansgar.
Number 12, Saints sophomore Colton Winia. So Bound just doesn't have any stats on this game for us, so I'm gonna
nothing. Shallow fly ball going out to right field. Second baseman's going on out there and catches it. Ends the inning.
Tough inning for Hampton-Dumont-CAL. A good inning for the Saints. Saints lead 9-0. Who's up next?
And we're going to have their 8, 9, and top batters coming up.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
To watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Thank you, Farmer State Bank, for your generous contributions to keep Saints TV free to watch. If you're watching from home, want to do your part, scan that QR code in the lower right-hand corner. Hey, that's a pretty good shot.
We've got a center field fly ball. Anthony comes on in and takes care of it. A lot of room. He had to travel.
Great catch by Schnabel. He's quick, man. Got a good glove. He's just a freshman this year.
14, Hunter Rican.
Started for this team last year as an 8th grader.
Riker's still throwing for the Saints here. Defense-wise, we're all the same, right? I don't see anything different out there. Takes a strike there, 1-1.
Pitch count. So we talked about most pitches in an inning. I see 52 on the board there for
that's
a young
right up
Bulldogs pitcher. That is up there. I think that's the most I think the most I've ever counted was 50 in Rockford that one time. But you said you may have had even more than that. But 52's got to be about.
Oh, yeah. It was in the 50s, but low 50s, maybe a 54 or something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, that's not a good number to see up there. But and you know, as many ball games as we got somebody in the Hampton's bullpen out there warming up now too, and just getting ready. And strike 3, strike a swinging, and throw the ball around again.
Well, after that tough inning for that pitcher, I gotta believe that they want to make a switch here. 9 runs for the Saints in the first inning. I assume regular run rules are going to apply here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're new to that, that's 15-run lead for either team after 4 complete innings. We'll end the game early, or 10 after 5.
Mm-hmm.
2 7-inning games today.
Ooh, umpire got the block one there for him.
He did, but he's glad he's wearing his gear.
That's right. Guy, you watch some of the Major League Baseball games, and them guys, they take a foul ball and it's right in the mask, and I mean, they literally just about fall back on their butt because, I mean, you got a 90-mile-an-hour ball, foul tip off the bat, and it hits them square in the mask.
You know, it's amazing. You think about football and concussions, right? Concussions are the main concern in football, and you hear about it all the time. But the staggering number of concussions by catchers in baseball, because just lots of small hits are causing the same damage as
strike again, swing and strike number 3, out number 3.
It's the big hits you see in football. Nice job by the Saints. Great job by Riker, the striker. 34 pitches in.
And I lost track. Where we at? I don't even know where we're going to be starting off at Megan. Where are we leading off at here?
Was our last batter?
I did not record that.
I feel like our last batter was Jace. Was it?
Was it? Well, if that's the case, we got Riker, Colton, and Jackson coming.
Well, you know what?
Up.
I'm probably wrong on that because I was thinking we haven't seen.
We'll have a Saints batter coming up.
Well, we're kicking off here with the Saints batter. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be back right after this message.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional support, it creates opportunities for individuals and organisations to make a meaningful difference. Every contribution, big or small, helps transform lives and fosters a culture of kindness and generosity. Together, we can create a brighter, more compassionate community. Visit givebutter.com/beasaint for more information. Click the link in this video's description or simply text "Be a Saint" to the number 53555. Thank you for being a saint.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them.
Thank you, Johnson Oil in Osage, for your generous contributions. This keeps Saints TV free to watch.
Mr. Vroom's up to bat, number 4, our DH man for the day, or today, rather. He goes ahead and takes 2, right? Takes 2 balls, no strikes.
So I haven't been able to find the Vroom sound effect that I was after.
Another ground ball going to our second baseman. Goes ahead and picks it on up, throws him out.
But I have a ton of different sound effects here, and unfortunately, none of them are Vroom's. Well, from what I can tell, this whole thing is just kind of confusing.
This is going to cause more confusion than a mouse in a burlesque show.
Who's saying that? Is that the dog or?
I think that was Foghorn Leghorn. You think it sounded like Foghorn?
Maybe.
If you're at home and you heard that,
yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you for muting us after that. But,
there you go. Yeah.
But you, if you know who it was,
that'll bring the viewership in. 1-1 the count. We got 1 out. Takes ball outside. I was just looking on the radar here. It looks to me like a majority of the rain is going to our south. So it's probably a good thing we're not playing in Hampton. They're probably getting flooded right now.
We would have moved the game to Saint Ansgar anyway if we really wanted to get it played, right?
That's right. You know what? You look at the tradition sign right now and see how it's all blowing up like that.
It's good, isn't it?
Ain't that pretty?
It's good. When the wind comes from that direction.
Well, it's just like a great big air balloon out there. And you guys put that all up on graduation day. And it's like, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah,
there's a hard hit ball to their shortstop, and he grabs it on up and out number 2.
We said Hampton-Dumont-CAL would get this thing figured out, get the wet grass figured out. Here's a look at that tradition sign you're talking about.
Very few wrinkles in it right now. Look at that.
Just got a little breeze from the back side of it.
Yeah. So hopefully she'll be up there for many years to come before we got to go ahead and replace it again.
That's the hope.
So that stays up year-round?
That'll stay up year-round. Yeah, that was a lot of work putting that baby up. And we got so the difference is we have another canvas on the back side of it, kind of managing the wind from the back side. Otherwise, that balloon right there would be putting a lot of stress on the grommets. And I say it's putting a little bit of stress, but not much, just because you've got a backer. Oh, my goodness.
Then we've got a gapper going out to right center. Center fielder comes on over and takes care of it. But good hit ball out to our center field for 1, 2, 3 out.
Well, look at that. Same pitcher, I assume, by the pitch count. I wasn't really paying attention the way that I should. And who do we expect up to bat?
We're going to have their, let's see, up to there, or there, so I think it's going to be their top.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
All right, we're back. Number 2 up for Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs. What's the right way to do that? We don't want to dishonor Cal, right? Hampton Bulldogs, Hampton-Dumont Bulldogs, HDC, HD Cal. If you're out there and you know the answer, let us know.
Cal just came part of it probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Or maybe not even that long. Oh, umpire takes another one.
Guy's earning
Ball
his
2.
wages today, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is.
Is that Bob Finsky? I believe it is. I want to say it is. He's been doing this a long time.
If you know the umpires, you have been. It's way more than I know. Riker's still throwing for the Saints. That's what I know. Okay. Shots is still catching, so.
I believe Bob used to be a sports writer for the Globe Gazette.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, now in New Hampton. So he's coming from New Hampton to watch the old Hampton Dumont Cal. I'm not really sure it's older or newer, but
Now batting number 5, Will Vosberg.
people often get confused. Sometimes I'm one of them, but I do know that there is a difference.
So they get their leadoff batter on with a walk. Saints are still up 9-0. Riker's got to go ahead and work from the stretch here, and we go ahead and take a
My goodness, man.
a foul ball right at the umpire again.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, like, our
That
camera
rung his
angle
bell a
probably
little
doesn't
bit.
catch that because I want to grab second base here. I thought more of the action would be happening here on second base. It turns out a bulk of the action is happening right there from Mr. Bob Finsky.
Oh, yeah.
Someone needs to get him another set of gear here
Yep,
for
you betcha.
the next game, probably. So it won't be worn
Shake his
out.
head around, give him a little time there, and like, get the stars out of his eyes.
Looks like he's doing okay.
Yep. Swing and a miss on that one with a foul tip at the umpire's face mask. So 0-1 the count. Riker goes ahead and strides on up, throws to home. We got a ground ball going to our shortstop. He's going to go ahead and make the throw to first base. And fielder's choice. They go ahead and move the runner on up to second base, and we get a ground ball out.
Now batting number 9, Taylor Mailer.
What, number 9?
Correct.
Let's see if we can get some stats on number 9. Taylor Mailer. 28 at-bats. Taylor's had 9 hits. That's 7 singles and 2 doubles so far in this year. He's hitting .321 with an on-base percentage of .387. Those are official stats.
That's pretty good numbers there.
Pretty good numbers indeed.
Betcha. There it is. We've got another shot going out to our right fielder. Joe Klev eats it on up. Good position there, Joe.
Now up, number 10, Dawson Weichert.
He had to come up on that one a long ways to go to it, and he read the ball well and got to it. Hampton still got a guy in second base. Dawson, their number 10, 4 batter coming on up here. I think the sprinkles have all left now or not. I don't
Feels
see
like
any
it.
around there.
Dawson Weichert, 26 at-bats, 5 hits, 4 singles and a double. He's hitting .192, on-base percentage .300 so far this year.
We got another ground ball going to our shortstop. Port's got to go ahead and try to. It's getting quick out there. Misgloves it and can't make the play.
Now batting number 4, James Stevens.
So Hampton's got runners in first and third.
Oh, boy.
Two outs here, so there's a force at second presently, a force at first presently. Either of those things happen. And it doesn't matter when the guy in third crosses the plate. Score won't count.
That's right. unless we make a play with an error or something like that. And this is where, you know, we're playing a lot of these games like that for this very thing, just repetition, on getting better, improving our skill, our craft, and whatever it is position that you happen to be playing. Riker goes ahead and delivers. We got a straight up fly ball going to our first baseman. Mason Beelan goes ahead and eats it on up. Out number 3. 1 pitch, 1 out. Got her done.
That's the way we like to do it. And this is the sort of thing that happens after we finish up our defensive inning and head into the offensive inning, which will be the bottom of 3 here. Saints scored 9 in the first inning, 0 in the second inning. Coming back with the bottom of 3, and who is hitting
Bottom
first?
of 3,
Diesel?
we got the bottom of the order, Joe Clev, and then we go to top, Gus and Tony.
Thank you to all of our bronze level sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor of Saints TV and get your business up here, we'd love to have you. Just email me, Eric, at saintstv.com. That's Eric with a C, by the way, Diesel.
We were talking about this last night. There's a couple places that I believe need to get on board with that sponsoring thing and get their advertisement on their Saints TV, and I better contact them people. Joe Clevenger up the bat for the Saints. Our right fielder, number 20, goes ahead and takes first strike. Got 2 balls and a strike on him. Takes the ball 3. Hampton still got their number 5 pitcher on the mound yet. Goes ahead and takes strike 2. Now Cleve's got to go ahead and maybe swing the bat. Get me looking at him all day. Let's go, Joe. Got to earn
Come
this,
on,
you know.
Joe. Come on, Joe. You got this.
Mm-hmm. And he goes ahead and hacks that one going up the middle. Their second baseman moves on over and grounds him out. Out number 1.
Now batting number 15, Gus Walk.
Oh, Gus is up. Mr. Walk. What was it we were saying that Gus going to get a walk? Gus Walk going to get a walk?
Gus Walk got a lot of walks last night.
Mm-hmm. It's like shots behind the dish, you know, and he shoots on down second or third base, and that's a good shot there. Shots. Same deal.
Shot for shots and walks for walk. You got it. I don't know what you're going to come up with for Schnabel, but he's on deck right now. This will be interesting.
I didn't think about
Stay
Schnabel.
tuned, folks.
I was just thinking, good thing we don't have any Holscheisers playing. That was always a name St. Ansgar's had for in athletics for years. Gus goes ahead and takes his second strike rather. 2-2 the count. 1 out, ground ball. Joe Clev went on and did here, and he goes ahead and takes a curveball, hits the plate, and goes rolling to the backstop.
Pitching tonight, William Vosberg. Is that what you have? A freshman.
Correct.
He's pitched a couple games. Hasn't started any until today. I say tonight. It's this morning. Even now, it's still this morning.
Gus Walk goes ahead and takes a walk, just like we were talking about.
Now batting number 16.
Maybe that's all we got to do is mention that. That's the second walk today now. He ain't hit the ball yet tonight, is he? Or today? How about last night? What did he do last night? Don't know.
A boy named Mo had all that information. We didn't have to think about it, but I believe he got walked at least a couple times in that game.
We should just call this guy up. He ain't doing nothing but sitting there right now, okay?
You know what? He's protected from us.
Maybe that's the way he
because
wants
he
it.
doesn't have a phone. Like you can't actually even call him. You have
Oh,
to
he
call,
doesn't?
You have to call Mrs. Mo. The lady. You have to call Lady Mo.
Oh, all right. Does he still have the landline then at his house?
He might.
He probably does.
He might.
Like we could look him up on a phone book.
You know what? I
such a
should bust
thing?
out my own phone book from 20 years ago. You probably use the same number and call that guy.
Know what our phone number used to be?
Hold on. I'm going to guess it's like 5 digits. I mean, I don't know what your number was, but
No, it's still 4. Come on, not
you had
5.
one digit.
Come on. The one
You had
digit,
the
yeah.
very first phone number.
One.
The one that you got?
No. So when we moved to town here 30 years ago,
Yep.
they just switched over to 911.
911.
Yep.
Oh, 911. Okay.
Yep. So our phone number was 4567, which was the fire house. So I bet we got a dozen phone calls the first year that we lived there. Hey, man, send the trucks. You know,
Really?
My garage is on fire. Oh, yeah.
So that was so 456.
4567 was the firehouse. Saint Ansgar Firehouse.
Was the 911 before
Correct.
911?
Correct.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So
And
that
like,
was
oh,
a 4-digit number then.
It was, yep. Yep. So that was like, I can't help you out, buddy. I got a garden hose, but probably the same thing you got. So
Yours
you
is
better
probably
call
closer.
911. Call what? What? Let me get a piece of paper. Let me write this down. What's this number? 911.
That's
Gus goes ahead.
Why are we not sliding?
Well, it was ball 4. I was thinking the same thing. It's one thing.
Yeah, we're chatting about fire stuff over
Yeah.
here. I'm like, why is he
So
standing up
Anthony
on
goes
that?
ahead and takes a walk. Gus goes ahead and steals or walks to second base, however you want to call that.
Good thing we got these stat girls telling us,
Mm-hmm.
guys, it's a walk. Like he could literally walk there and be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it.
So, yeah, we had to educate a few people on what phone number to call for a fire.
Well, that is
Since
exciting, isn't it?
Yep, after a year or so, then that kind of fizzled away, and everybody figured out the 911 thing. And then cell phones became a thing, and hardwired phones are gone down. So we got a ground ball going into third baseman. He makes the play over to first base for a ground ball out. And Gus does the right thing there and doesn't run into the play.
Yeah.
But definitely makes him think about it, and he still had to go to
I feel like it was third.
third
or-
baseman got it.
Yeah, and honestly, I'll say good job by the third baseman recognizing, okay, there's nobody on third. There's no sense in me toying with this.
Right.
With this guy.
Right.
He's past me. Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
I just got to get this ball over to first base, get the out.
Correct. Yep. So he did the right thing, and that's what you do as base runners, just toy with the defense like that. So we got runners at second, third. Second, we got Tony. We got Gus at third. And we've got Riker up the bat here for the Saints. Riker takes out. It's a good take. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Must have been out. 3-0 right now. Still 2 outs. We need to hit the ball. There we go. Ball 4. Loading them up.
Now batting number 12, Colton Winia.
And Hampton's coach is coming out, and he makes the wave, and they're going to do a little pitch and switch. 90 pitches right now. Is that probably all he can do, being he's a freshman? Okay. So he's at his pitch limit right now, and they're going to see what somebody else can do. And the new pitcher is going to have to come on in with bases loaded, 2 outs, and he is going to be a new batter, yes.
Sorry if you're watching the camera there. I'm taking this opportunity to kind of take a look at some of my settings here.
Number 23 is on the mound for Hampton-Dumont, Cam Peel. He's going to go ahead and do some pitching for him. Don't know anything about this guy.
I'll give you some stats if you'd like them.
Sure.
I'm here.
Go ahead and do her.
Over here.
Campiel is a senior.
Okay. Thank
He's
you.
pitched 4.1 innings so far this year. He's pitched in 3 games. He started 1 game. He has 4 strikeouts under his belt with an ERA of, and I'm sure he'd like to improve on this, 25.85.
What grade's he in?
He's a senior.
Okay.
10 walks, 5 hit batters. He's allowed 18 runs on 11 hits so far this season.
Bet.
So we look at these stats, we say, well, who's probably their main guy, right? Well, there's a couple guys who've started. I should say that most of the starts have come from either Jackson Moats, a senior, or Brody Robertson, a senior. They've each started 3. And then Dawson Weichert, a senior.
We're coming back on up. Colton Winnie is going to be our batter here for Saint Ansgar. Bases are all loaded. He goes ahead and takes ball outside. We've got Gus still at third base. Schnabel's at second. Who do we got running in here, Megan, that come in? Number 27. Who do we got that? Kane. Kane Dietrich is out there.
Yeah, Kane's seen a lot of action here. Very, very fast.
I heard his name last night, so he must have got in the game to do a little run for him.
I like seeing Kane come out there because, man, he's quick and
Really?
he's smart. He's only an 8th grader, but, man, he's doing a great job for these Saints.
Yeah, good.
Running for him.
3-0 the count right now. Okay, we got no room for you here, buddy, so you better get a strike going. There she is.
Well, you could predict that it's going to be a no-swinger with a 3-0 count, and you could predict that it's probably going to be a strike. It seems like the zone opens up a little bit.
We got a ground ball going up the middle. And we got him running out and a tip to second baseman then. So, second baseman goes ahead and makes the ground ball out.
Great job by the Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs with bases loaded, getting out of that one, not allowing any runs by these Saints.
Yep, bases loaded, so that worked out well for them. That could have been ugly.
Yes, it
could have been way ugly for them. But
it could have been
any ball to the
ugly.
outfield, that would have been open and wide open to a lot of runs coming in.
We'll be right back after this with the top of 4.
We got 5, 6, and 7 batters coming.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system.
Hey, D, so that Give Butter thing is very real. Lower right-hand corner of your screen, there's a QR code there, and it's really for the folks who are watching from home as number 22 gets hit by a pitch here.
Mm-hmm. So they got their leadoff guy on. Not the way we like it, but he got on.
So finish thought on the Give Butter thing.
Number 13.
Cost $6 to come to these, I'll say the conference games. I'm not sure if today's different or whatever, but a lot of folks at home just like to say, you know what, I wish I could be there, but I can't, so let me give Butter. 100% of that goes right back to the school's athletic fund, as if you were here buying a seat to the game. So thanks for those who are kind enough to donate. Obviously, it's not an obligation. You don't have to. This stream is going to be kept free forever. That's our goal here.
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate those who contribute.
And it is good, it's not only just the money into the game and it's concessions and all of that.
Oh, man,
goes along to it,
umpires.
too.
Yep. Man, it costs a lot.
Right. Yep.
To operate these sports. And at the 1A level, schools are much smaller, budgets are smaller, and so every dollar helps. Take a look at this first batter here. So we talked about this last night. I don't know if you're tuned in at that time, but Fritz Alicious was stating that statistically 70% of first batters on base end up scoring.
Yep. That's why it's real important.
It's really, really important to keep that first batter, find a way to get him out, right?
Yep. Wherever he's at in the lineup, every inning comes on up. You always got your first batter. It's the same thing with the first pitch strike for a pitcher. First pitch strike, I think whatever that statistic number is, that you're going to get this guy out. Okay. So as a pitcher, that's what you want to start out with. Otherwise, you're starting behind. You're working.
Sure.
You got to work harder because now he's ahead of you on a pitch. He's got a ball, and you got to work that much harder. It's just, there are so many statistics when it comes to this game. It's crazy. We've got a shortstop ground ball. He takes it over to second, and not small enough or fast enough for the guy at first.
Lead runner out. Great way to get the out on that one. And that's so there statistically, we're talking about I wouldn't say we broke the stat, right? But we put the stats in our favor. Number 22, I was looking, would number 22 cross the plate? In this case, he does not. He's out at second base.
So let's say it was a fielder's choice the other way, where he got on second base. They grounded him out, got the guy at first out. So now they're standing there with a guy at second base, one out, versus a guy at first base, one out.
Correct.
Big difference there.
Huge difference.
Yep. That takes away the double play ball. Right now, we still got one out now. We can go ahead and one pitch of the ground ball to our infield, turn double play, and we're out of here. So as far as the offense goes, we need guys at second base. That means we got to get that first lead batter on first base in order to get him second.
It makes a ton of sense, man. A ton of sense.
It's the way the world goes around. Riker goes ahead and throws ball on over the dish for another ball. Score still 9-0. We come up with a couple goose eggs here the last inning. Them guys kind of put our fire out. We had bases loaded last inning. Couldn't do nothing with it. And it's 9 and a whole bunch of zeros after that.
Well, in that first inning, if you remember.
Here's our ground ball. Look at this. There's our double play. It is.
Mason Beelan with
you betcha.
Go-Go Gadget arms on that one.
You
Makes
bet.
the stretch, keeps his foot on the bag. And the result is that double play you're talking about. So how great are these guys to right on cue give a great example of what you're talking about, why it's important to get that lead runner instead of that runner at first, because runner on second base, and we're still watching these Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs swing the bats. But here we are. We're out of this one. Bottom of 4 coming up right after this message. And who's coming up?
We got
Diesel?
Jexport and Mason coming up.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting Saint Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thanks, Bet Roofing, for your generous contributions.
Bet Roofing. There's a couple of guys right there.
You guys aren't afraid to work, are they?
No, they are not. Carter worked for them guys for quite a few years. And good group of guys to go ahead and get something done. You need a roof put on your place. Those are the guys to call. Jex is going to be up the bat here for our Saints. Lead-off batter here for the bottom of 4. My book's a little off here because we had to go ahead and bat about a round and a half on the first inning here of this game. So I got to kind of redo things here and line things. That's a good problem to have.
I feel like that first inning, we're talking a little bit about putting out the fire or whatever. It felt like the Saints had shooting flamethrowers, and these Hampton-Dumont-CAL team just didn't have enough water for us. But they have since expanded their water supply, and our flame has dwindled some. We left a lot of runners on base last inning. Saints scored 9 the first inning and have not scored since. The bottom of 4 here, and here we go. First batter's on the base. Let's take a look statistically.
There's that number again.
There it is. Statistically, will he score? We're going to be watching that guy.
Right.
In this case, number 3. Will number 3 score? Who's here in place of Room to run the bases?
Sutcliffe's going to be coming on in for our DH courtesy runner. And so
Jackson's dead.
With that, that's the second time he's been substituted in, right?
That's the second sub?
Yep. So he's going to have to go ahead and enter into the game here somehow, and that's what Devin's talking to the umpire about right now.
All right. So, I guess Vroom is DH, right?
Yes,
so there's not a position line.
So he comes in as a DH?
Yes. So now Seth will have to hit for himself.
Got it.
Gotcha. Okay. So now Schatz is going to have to bat for himself.
You wouldn't add another DH, would you?
You can't.
Got it. I love it. I love these gals.
And so he's going to DH for who then?
No more DHing. Seth will hit for himself.
Whoa, we got a problem going on here.
Get down.
No, dude.
Finish.
Finish, exactly.
Yep.
Finish.
Yeah.
He swung around him. He snuck through on that one. Yep. Dude, make a decision.
Yep.
Make a decision. Yep. Yeah. Brian Myers kind of took his head down too. Yeah. Hey, this is why we get these young guys in to play games like this.
Well, and he's a senior, but this is his. No, we're talking about the coach. We're talking about the coach on first base, of course.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't know if this is Brian's first baseball game or not, but we got a right field fly ball going on down. He misses it. We got runners going around. He's going to go and try and make the play at home. Back up on the play of the home was their pitcher. And Port goes ahead and ends up with a double.
So there it is. That first batter has now scored statistically. Fritz Alicious, I think, is pretty right on that one. Saints lead 10-0. So let's go back.
It's 100% on that one, not 70%. Fritz is wrong. Okay, I hope he's listening to this right now. I'm going to catch him on this. All right.
Well, one of the things we love here is there's a coachable moment right there. We're talking about Meyer, and we're talking about that. What you said, the young player is a senior. However, this is just his first year playing with us, isn't it? Megatron, number 3, Sutcliffe.
I think
Did he play with us last year? Okay.
Okay, but this is only the second time he's playing with us. So when I say young, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and you're right. Like baseball.
In the baseball age.
It just takes so many reps, right? You hear all the time, you want to be an expert at something, you need 10,000 quality hours of doing that thing, right?
Yep.
And Sutcliffe is, honestly, experience-wise, he's somewhere around the experience that a lot of these guys have had by the time they were 9 or 10, right?
Oh, geez, yeah. Right. Yeah, you look at the Sweesaw family, these guys come into this world with a baseball in their hand.
They do. That's right. You look at that ultrasound, you're like, well, boy, girl, we're not sure yet, but look at the baseball. He's going to be a baseball player. He's holding one in there.
Yeah, tell Keeley that, all right? Up for the Saints is Mason.
They're going to tell Keeley that. She's
yeah.
Erase this from the stream.
Our lefty batter, Mason Beelan, he's going ahead and he's got a 1-2 count on him right now. Got Putter Sweesaw at second base. Mason goes ahead and takes ball out. Ball is up again. Full count.
Now relax. Beelan looks up there.
10-0 right now, so we got another inning here we got to go. We got a ground ball going to our shortstop. He's going towards third base. And he's got to hold it on up. Miscalculates the ball. Sits on it.
20, Joe Clevenger.
Mason's on first base. Now we got runners at first and third. Now we can do a little something here maybe. A little something.
How important is a good hard hit ball? You hear Coach Sweesaw talk about top half all the time, right? You just, the top half of the ball is going to put that thing to the ground, put a nice forward spin on it, and give you an opportunity like Beeland had there to get the ball so hard hit to that shortstop. He doesn't really have time to adjust the way he'd like to make that play. And next thing you know, you got runner on base.
Wherever that ball goes, make sure it's hit hard. Make it tougher to go ahead and field. Okay, all that stuff. So we got Hampton guys going out there throwing out a sign so their defense knows what to do in this situation. We've got a pinch runner coming in for Mason Beelan, number 10, Matt Clevenger. Another Clev going on the team. What grade's Matt in?
Freshman.
Sophomore? Freshman? What is he?
Freshman.
Freshman. We've got a ground ball to a shortstop. So big brother goes ahead and grounds into his little brother. How about that? That'll be topic for conversation at the supper table. What's up with that, dude? Yeah, they're already heckling each other. So that's out number 2. Fielder's choice on over. Excuse me, out number 1.
Run scores on that one. Score 11-0. Saints up here in the bottom of 4.
So at least Joe got himself an RBI here for today. Hopefully many more yet to come.
Yeah, so run rules here. Saints lead by 11. If at any point in this inning that lead became 15, this game would be over.
Correct. Gus Walk up to bat for our Saints. That's our top of our lineup. Gus goes ahead and takes strike 2. Didn't like either one of them. Now we can't be so picky here, Gus. So anything close. And we've got a hard hit ball going on over to our second baseman. He short hops it on over to first for ground out number 2.
So 2 outs.
Batting, number 16, Anthony Schnabel.
Clevenger on second. Anthony Schnabel comes up to bat here for these Saints. Schnabel bunt for a hit earlier in this game. Played one down beautifully.
What is the deal? How come Megan's got pancakes over here? What's up with that? You kidding me?
What,
you didn't bring pancakes for everybody, Dennis?
She make them. Did you make them like on your own home stove, or did you go?
Well, they're only like 3 inches round. They're a little like bite size.
You brought them. Well, that's smart. That's smart.
Well, I can't eat pancakes and broadcast here, Megan. Come on now.
True.
I don't want the whole viewing audience to hear me.
I have a rule about sticky stuff, and that is if you get any syrup at all on that headset, you're buying me a new headset.
She's got this big bowl of syrup over here.
Yeah, there's no cleaning syrup off a headset. You own it, and you got to buy a new one for us.
Megan's telling me that we can't even have popcorn up here because it makes a mess. And now she's got pancakes and maple syrup. Well, Anthony Schnabel's up the bat here for us. Joe Clevenger on second base. And he goes ahead and takes the strike 3. Looking. That's not so good. Yeah.
I think he didn't like the looks of the strike 3.
Did not like that, but, well, that's still strike 3.
If you notice, the field's getting cleared, which means it definitely was strike 3, whether we like it or not. That's just the way of it. You know what? And that's the thing, right? With umpires, they're all going to – and that's part of – every time you start a new game with a new ump, like it takes a little bit of time to just learn, like, where is this umpire's zone?
As a pitcher, you got to find out, hit all corners and see where's out, where's in, and up and down. And, they're talking about at the major league level to go full electronic.
Yeah. That sounds boring. We'll be right back after this message.
Ninth batter.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in Saint Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also
Thank you, Mitchell County Public Health, for your generous contributions. Keep Saints TV free to watch. We're back. Riker Hoffman with pitch number 56 there.
The rest of the Saints defense is all looking the same. Hampton-Dumont's number 9 batter up the bat here, and then they'll go to their top. Oh, excuse me here. Is it their number 9? Is that? Got a ground ball going to our shortstop.
That's a good play.
There we go. Porter goes that and eats him on up.
Now batting number 2, Blake Burmaster.
So Port goes ahead and records our first out for the top of 5 here.
Thank you. You're my bestest friend. Love you.
Ground ball going on over to Hampton's dugout.
Here you go, Reich.
It's looking a little brighter out here now.
Sure feels like
Clouds are getting a little bit thinner. It's nice. We got shadows now.
We talked earlier about Riker Hoffman Sr. This is the first game that he started. He's pitched in one other game. 17 total pitches, 4 overall batters with 3 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters prior to today. Not too shabby for Mr. Hoffman. Apologize, I haven't had the camera on the batter here. Oh, shoot. Keely hurt us, you guys.
Oh, no. We're in trouble.
I take it back.
We're in trouble.
Take it back. It was meant to be a compliment, Keely. These kids just, they know how to play ball. And I've learned so much from, we're going to miss Jace after this year.
Nope.
Going to Ellsworth next year to play some ball. And he taught me.
Maybe you go down there and do a little broadcasting. How about that for a game? Huh?
I've been
swinging a miss for strike 3.
Great job by Riker on that one. Yeah, Carson is playing at Upper Iowa, and they have their own broadcasts going on, and it's fun to watch that and see what they're doing. And always intrigued. Doing this ourselves, you're always intrigued when you see somebody else's software. The pros, that's a different deal. They got 100 cameras out there and a crew of 120.
Lenses are about 3 feet long.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ground ball going to our second baseman. Goes ahead and scoops it on up, and out number 3.
Well, they do make it look easy, and guess what? Because now we're in the 5 innings, the run rule is 10, and with a 10-run lead to end the game, Saints are calling this one. Also, we're putting it in the books officially as an 11-0 win.
Correct.
After 5, and if you're at home thinking, well, what do you mean after 5? We're still in the bottom of 5, right? Well, because the 10-run lead already exists, nothing is going to change other than extend on that. So we don't even play the bottom of 5. We just say, okay, hey, end of this one. Let's go take a little huddle here, take a little break, and then we're going to come back with the second half of this doubleheader when we come back. So what can folks at home expect? I'd say a short break, probably nothing too long. We don't want the kids to cool off too much.
Right. 20 minutes he's talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking about a 20-minute break before the next game.
Listen to that, 20-minute break.
Please go see our concession stand. I know they would love to have you.
concessions must be open. Are they serving pancakes? I saw some pancakes out there today.
I don't know where they got the pancakes. I'm thinking Natalie brought them up here from home.
Maybe Natalie's supplying the concession stand.
Maybe.
With pancakes. I don't know.
That would be something to bring up, though, as far as get the concession stand. They got a morning games like this. They have a morning breakfast. Have sausage, eggs.
That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of fun.
They got the old Blackstone out there.
Bring it on.
It's easy for me to say that because I'm not going to be the one doing it.
I know it, and I love cooking eggs on a griddle. I love it. Maybe I should do that. Maybe we should broadcast from the griddle. We could do that. Broadcast from the griddle.
Should we?
We'll come up with a name.
So you can hear the sizzling going in the background?
You got it. So that's the thing. You'll be at home watching this thinking, why am I not there?
About that time, we'll catch it on fire or something like that.
More entertainment. That's we're here to entertain.
Definitely be
folks.
entertaining. Yeah.
We're here to entertain. All right, quick huddle there with all the coaches. We've got a lot of coaches on this team. Congratulations, Carson Sparrow just got officially approved to be a coach. Got his certification and all that stuff. It just takes time. Like all the stuff that he needed to do, he did, but it just takes time.
What is the stuff that you need to do to get a coach? You got a coaching certificate then?
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. You got to go through all the classes, and the classes like injury prevention and management of injuries, things like that, how to wrap, things like that. You got to do first aid.
So it's a couple nights of classes?
No, for him, I think it was an entire semester, and then there's a first aid component that goes along with it. It's a separate thing. So.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's worthwhile, right? If you want to coach, and there's a lot of things that can happen out here to these kids on this field, but there's your coaching crew right there. A crew of 5 here today.
Mm-hmm.
Watching from the car while the Bandits are in rain delay in Mason City. That's a great point here. There's so many of these Bandits teams. We see a lot of these players here in this huddle over here. Let's see if we can get to that huddle. No, that's not the camera.
I'm looking at my radar right now. Mason City's in a lot of red right now, so they're probably getting hit pretty hard, and it might stay to the south of us, but I'm not going to guarantee that.
So actually, that was an announcement I was going to make. We might get the radar gun up, and if we do, I want to get Little Debbie cooking here. I got some plans here for Little Debbie, but if there's even a chance of rain, they might not put it out.
Right, I got about 1 o'clock. We're going to probably see some rain here. So,
okay.
But to make it official, I should maybe call up our great Aunt Millie. She's the big meteorologist we were talking about.
Yeah, because she can feel it in her joints.
Yes, she can.
Got it.
That's a second nature. That's her seventh sense she has. That it's going to rain. It's going to snow today. It's going to be windy out today. Whatever.
Well, we're going to take a quick break there. We'll check in with Aunt Millie. And Tammy, I'd love to know on the chat, how many Bandits teams are playing in Mason City today? Because we started out with a Bandits team. Joe Beelan, you know what? There he is right there. Wait, where is he? Where'd he go? Oh, he actually left our screen. Here he's coming into the screen right on cue. Joe Beelan, not your average Joe, started this Bandits program with these boys. First group kind of graduated last year. Part of that first group, Gus and Jace, are part of that first group of Bandits. And then the second round came through with the Colton Winia group, the Hudson Sparrow, their group there. I see there.
So the first group, what age groups are we talking to start out with?
Well, so they graduated last year, but they started at 9U. Yeah, they started at 9U. And then the second round came through. They were 3 years younger of Bandits, and that was also led by Joe. I helped him out a little bit with that one. And then now it's just kind of grown. And I think there's potentially four different Bandits teams maybe playing in Mason City today, and I don't know that answer for sure. Some are a little bit mixed. I was talking to one of the players yesterday who's playing.
So the leagues that they're playing, is it like a 9U, 10U, 11U?
Yeah, and I think there's a 12 and 13, maybe a 12 and a 13, but some of the players maybe are playing on both. And so where they're registered with the USSSA, they can only play on one of those teams or be registered in one of those teams. But in a tournament like Mason City's where it's not USSSA affiliated, they can potentially play on both teams.
This is playing over there. This is playing over by the Wholesome Fields, right?
You got it.
Yeah, I remember playing in them tournaments.
Yeah, they got a lot of nice fields over there. They tend to keep them pretty busy on the weekends. And it's just a nice, easy place to play. You get to sleep on your own beds at night. You get to some of those more official tournaments in Cedar Rapids and the Des Moines areas. Then it's a lot of fun. This typically means hotel stays, and adults get to kind of hang out and just kind of create a really a really strong bond, between the kids, between the parents, between the families, and you just find that parenting is very much a community effort, right?
Absolutely.
It takes everybody.
Absolutely. It takes everybody. It takes a village to grow a child, I tell you.
Sometimes it's like, hey, Diesel, I'm really having a hard time getting my kid to listen to me in this. Can you help me out? Like, oh, man, I'm on it for you, right? You help each other out in a lot of different ways.
You bet.
Well, speaking of that, that's a little bit of what you see on the field there. These coaches have done a great job of helping raise our kids. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to be back maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Crank these commercials because it's these sponsors who keep Saints TV free to watch. We'll be back with Game 2 of this one. Saints win Game 1, 11-0. We'll be back here shortly. Don't go away anywhere.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
To watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional support, it creates opportunities for individuals and organisations to make a meaningful difference. Every contribution, big or small, helps transform lives and fosters a culture of kindness and generosity. Together, we can create a brighter, more compassionate community. Visit givebutter.com/beasaint for more information. Click the link in this video's description or simply text Be a Saint to the number 53555. Thank you for being a saint.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting Saint Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in Saint Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500 for all of your vaccination needs.
Did you know the EJ has an app available to download in your app store for free? We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
The Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services proudly supports our Saints athletes. Fox K Beef and Freeman Welding for your generous contributions to keep this stream free to watch.
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints.
Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure.
Stacyville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
I see this daycare not just daycare, I see it as like a little family.
My son comes home every day from daycare and he's learned something new, and his behaviors have improved since coming to Statesville Kids Care.
We're working on, simple skills to get them ready for preschool and kindergarten, like the ABCs, coloring, counting, typical things that you hope to see by the time that they're in preschool. The staff here at Statesville Kids Care is very, very nurturing. I've taken little bits and pieces from each of my experiences and tried to bring them all together to create a program that works for our kids.
She changed the building, repainted, and she made it a lot more clean. She brought new families in and got everyone excited about the upcoming new Statesville Kids Care.
The Bright Wheel app has been amazing. You get to kind of keep in touch with what your kids are doing throughout the day. We are really just focused on creating a safe, happy, and healthy environment for all the kids of Statesville and the surrounding communities. I could get pictures throughout the day of things that she's doing and videos, and it's just really awesome to be able to see exactly what they're doing.
It's a really fun environment. There's good people working here, and you can see all the happy kids all the time.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
To watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional support, it creates opportunities for individuals and organisations to make a meaningful difference. Every contribution, big or small, helps transform lives and fosters a culture of kindness and generosity. Together, we can create a brighter, more compassionate community. Visit givebutter.com/beasaint for more information, click the link in this video's description, or simply text Be a Saint to the number 53555. Thank you for being a saint.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting Saint Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed and Saint Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500 for all of your vaccination needs.
You know, the EJ has an app available to download in your App Store for free. We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
The Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services proudly supports our Saints athletes. XK Beef and Freeman Welding for your generous contributions to keep this stream free to watch.
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints.
Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure.
Stacyville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
I see this daycare not just daycare, I see it as like a little family.
My son comes home every day from daycare and he's learned something new, and his behaviors have improved since coming to Statesville Kids Care.
We're working on, simple skills to get them ready for preschool and kindergarten, like the ABCs, coloring, counting, typical things that you hope to see by the time that they're in preschool. The staff here at Statesville Kids Care is very, very nurturing. I've taken little bits and pieces from each of my experiences and tried to bring them all together to create a program that works for our kids.
She changed the building, repainted, and she made it a lot more clean. She brought new families in and got everyone excited about the upcoming new Statesville Kids Care.
The Brightwheel app has been amazing. You get to kind of keep in touch with what your kids are doing throughout the day. We are really just focused on creating a safe, happy, and healthy environment for all the kids of Statesville and the surrounding communities. I could get pictures throughout the day of things that she's doing and videos, and it's just really awesome to be able to see exactly what they're doing.
It's a really fun environment. There's good people working here, and you can see all the happy kids all the time.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance.
The second game between the Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs and your Saint Ansgar Saints. Starting for the Bulldogs for this game 2, we have Blake Burmaster, Will Bosberg, Jacob Rodriguez, Taylor Mailer, Dawson Weichert, James Stevens, Brody Robertson, Brody Peters, Hunter Riken, and Iz Wickwire. Starting for the Saints, we have Gus Walk, Anthony Schnabel, Jay Sweesaw, Riker Hoffman, Joe Clevenger, Colton Winia, Porter Sweesaw, Mason Beeland, Gavin Squire, and Landon Yinger.
They're having condensed lineups here for both teams. We're playing game 2 here. Thanks for your patience here. Take a look at this field. You think to yourself, like, hey, did they yes, they repainted the field. It's not paint, Diesel, then. They drag it is what they do, and they kind of cover all the footsteps, they're going to get it dirty, of course, or they're going to get it messed up, of course, but they like to start with a nice, fresh field. Did a great job here. Looks like home plate's been re-chalked.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back, Diesel Den.
I think we got some rain coming in, so maybe they're going to try and speed things up a little bit here.
Well, we're scheduled for a 7-inning game. The last one only went to 5. Let me refresh the scoreboard. I'm not sure. Sometimes when we take a break like that, the scoreboard is refreshed in real life, but it doesn't do it here in the broadcast. So let's take a look. Nope, scoreboard is still showing 11-0 to Saints, and that is incorrect. I'm going to ping my score guy.
Said, hey, bring it on up. Who do we got here for the Saints? We got Colton Winia on the mound. And who we got?
We do have Colton Winia on the mound.
Colton's on the one, and we got Landon Yinger behind the dish for our catcher. Jay Sweesaw on third base. Who's our shortstop here? Port? Is out there? Port's out there in shortstop. We got Gus Walk at second base and Mason Beelan at first base. Left fielder is our, who's it? Who's out there? I can't see him.
Gavin Squire.
Gavin Squire is out in our left field. Anthony Schnabel is going to be our center fielder, and Joe Clev is our left fielder. We will give you lineup once we go ahead and get back in the dugout and get the bats rolling.
You know you do have it, right? Yeah, and this one.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, number 2, Blake Burmaster.
All right, so we are keeping an eye on the scoreboard here. I know Scott Winia is running that for us. Thank you, Scott Winia, for helping us out on this one. We asked prior to the break Tammy Cofoot, who was in rain delays in Mason City, what's the situation? How many Bandits teams are over there? And she says she believes that there are 4 Bandits
Oh,
teams.
wow.
What a great program we've got going on over there.
We got a ground ball going down third base lane. Jason's going to go ahead and pick it on up. Throws him out at first base.
That's a pretty efficient inning so far. 1 pitch, 1 out for Colton Winia.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put my hood up here, dude. The breeze is kind of blowing at me here in the corner. Here in the corner, sweet.
It's a baseball game. Come on now. It's supposed to be warmer in this, right? Breeze is picking up some, though.
I like hearing you say that. You like 40 below.
That's right. We got a base hit going right on out to left field. Nice, good, hard hit ball by number 5, Will. Their DH for Hampton-Dumont.
Number 9, Taylor Mailer.
Saw him pitching earlier in the first game. Just a freshman here.
2 pitches. We got a guy on and got an out. So all kinds of action going on here. So we gave Seth Schatz a break here on catcher position, and we got Mr. Yinger behind the plate.
Hey, that is a change, isn't it? Landon
You betcha.
Yinger catching for.
Was he in the
these
lineup here? I
Saints.
should probably even check that too to see if he's going to be hitting for us here now.
I got to believe he is. He's a hitter. Don't know why you wouldn't. Is he in there?
He is. Yep, he's going to be a number 9 spot. So you betcha. Oh, good close throw over there.
Who's hitting right now? Tell me that again. You told me earlier.
I didn't get a chance to go ahead and make my book line out here. Will, their number 2 hitter. We got a ground ball going up the center. We've got Gus is going to go ahead and tag the guy at second base. Tries to throw him out at first. Not in time. So there's Gus got to go ahead and make a play there. Either he tags the runner or he makes the pitch to a shortstop to cover second base. Maybe not. No. He made a decision. That's what he went with. We got an out. That's what we want.
We got our out.
At least we got an out.
That's not an easy decision, probably, because you're really congested over there. You got a base runner. You got 2 guys running those bases. You got to somehow flip it back behind you and make a throw to first base. So, like I said, got him out. The lead runner out at that.
Double play ball, you get an out. At least get an out. If you make the double play, you get the second out. That's a plus. That's a bonus. But at least we don't want to botch the whole play and get nothing.
You got
runner still at first. Colton, we got a hit by pitch.
So tonight's catcher is on deck. 12 noon exactly, and I hear the sirens going. I'm guessing we just have
Now
test
number 4,
test the siren at noon on Saturday. Does that sound accurate, Diesel?
Is it? What time is it? Is
exactly
it right at noon?
Exactly
It probably
noon.
is. Yep. They probably do that once a month.
Number
used to always be at 11 o'clock, but then they switched that on over. So
James Stevens, a senior, up to bat. He's had 24 at-bats with 4 hits. That's 3 singles and a double.
Hampton's got 2 guys on. Goes ahead and takes strike 1.
Stevens has a 167 average and a 310 on base percentage, officially, according to Bound.
Strike, swing and strike, 0-2. 2 outs here for the Saints. Excuse me, for Hampton-Dumont.
I always struggle with that. Is it for the Saints and against Hampton-Dumont? Is it for? I don't even know. But Hampton's up. They got 2 outs against them.
I guess I would
was going
say
foul.
when I say outs, it's for the team that's getting the outs.
You bet.
The offense, guys that are up.
I hear you. But I always second guess myself every single time.
Because they're not thick.
There we go. We got him at second base, and we got to go ahead and throw it out on second base, and we got him picked off. That is an excellent play again. They do this a lot.
Love that play.
You
Love
betcha.
that play. And we're going to come back here with a bottom of 1, right?
And we're going to be
game.
at our top. Our top is going to start out with Gus, Anthony, and Jace. Same as it was last game.
Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
To watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs.
Leading off for the Saints, number 15, Gus Walk.
Gus Walk, batter number 1 here in game 2. Hey, Matt Foster, thanks for chiming in. This is the Bandits, 9U, 10U, 11U, 13U. The U stands for under. So whatever age a kid is on May 1st, he can qualify. If he's 11, he can qualify to play 11U, 11 and under, right? So 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds might be on that too, depending on how many kids you have playing. But thank you for chiming in,
As long
Matt
as you're
Foster.
under that, right? You
As
can
long as
only
you're
play under. You can't play up.
Yep. You can't be 12 years old on May 1st and play in an 11U team. You could play in a 13U or a 12U team, but not on 11. Got to be and under, right? And for those of you out there, if you're still watching, it looks like Mason City's still maybe seeing some rain based on the weather map that I'm looking at. Hey, we'd love to get some Bandits game broadcasts on this as well. If you want to participate, if you're a parent, if you're somebody who's at one of those games with those Bandits, we'd love to get you a camera. If you've got a cell service you'd be willing to share with us, and we can get you a camera that would connect to your phone, and you could just be streaming. You don't even have to broadcast if you want to. We could do that too, but
You got all them cool little gadgets going on, don't you?
well, and the whole point of St. CV and like why are we collecting money from sponsors? Well, we appreciate our sponsors, right? Because it takes some gear to make this happen. It takes a fair amount of gear to make it happen once, but to make it happen multiple times for multiple sports and sometimes at the same time, it takes even more gear. But it's because of the sponsorships, the businesses that are participating, like the ones that you see scrolling on the lower left-hand side of your screen, that we can get the gear to make this happen. And we'd love to get every single sport.
16, Anthony
Gus Walk went ahead and
broadcast.
swung and struck out for our first batter. We got Anthony Schnabel coming on up. So lineup here for this game should be, it won't be the same, but Anthony's going to be batting in the number 2 spot here. He goes ahead and takes ball 1. Chase Seaswell is going to be playing our third base. He's going to be batting in third spot. Riker Hoffman's going to be our DHer, batting for Joe Clevenger out in right field. Colton Winia is going to be our pitcher here tonight. Porter Sweesaw is our shortstop. Mason Balin is going to be our first baseman. Gavin Squire is going to be our left fielder, and Landon Yinger is going to be batting in the 9th spot, playing catcher behind the dish.
Number 2 on the mound for Hampton-Dumont-CAL. I got some stats for you. Oh, wow.
We've got a line shot going down the right field line. That's going to roll all the way to the fence, about 2 feet inside the foul line there, and for a stand-up double for Anthony Schnabel.
Great job, Schnabel, on that one. That thing went so far to the right. Lands inbounds and rolls so far to the right, the camera can't even capture where the ball went. Perfect hit for Schnabel on that one.
Yep. Jay Sweesaw is going to be coming on up for the Saints. Anthony's going to be at second base. He goes ahead and takes strike one. New umpire behind the plate here, so now we got to go ahead and adjust. See what we got going on here as far as his strike zone. Everybody's got a little different zone than the next guy. Jace goes ahead and swings in a strike.
So number 2, Blake Burmeister. I apologize if I'm messing that name up, but he's pitched in 1 game, 2.1 total innings, 87 pitches, 23 overall batters for an ERA of 27. His whip, his walks and hits per inning pitch, is a very important stat, 5.57. Just a young lad, and obviously he's got 5 walks and 0 strikeouts so far. But, man, he looks like he's a pretty talented pitcher.
Yeah,
good
he's
arm,
looking
good
pretty
velocity, good control.
He's looking good here, for, 13 pitches in now, and looking all right. Takes out again. 2-2 the count. Still 1 out. Anthony stands there in second base. Be nice if Jason go ahead and just trade places with him.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That's always a good idea. We got a hard hit ball down second base. He goes ahead and picks it on up. Anthony's on third base. Productive out. Brings him on in.
Now batting number 6, Riker Hoffman.
Left fielder's going to come on up for the Saints. Riker. See what he can do. Got an RBI sitting there for him. Got 2 outs. He's got to get in the infield. It's got to be on the ground. Or over the head. Or over the fence. Wherever you want to place it there, Riker. Nice off-speed pitch. Strike 1.
Does it feel like fall up here today?
It almost does. Now that wind's kind of picked up here a little bit.
Does, yeah.
And when we get a south or southeast wind coming, it just comes whipping through this crow's nest here.
And I hadn't given it a ton of thought, except I'm looking at the crowd over here, and I'm like, the way people are dressing and acting, and it just feels like, hey, we got all of our blankets. We've got
at a baseball game.
At a baseball
this is
game.
Football weather.
It kind of is.
It's supposed to be cold at a football game.
It's baseball weather in any state but Iowa. We're the only state to play summer baseball at the high school level. No other state does
I thought New York did it.
I'm told I'm told we're the only state in the country that does baseball.
Maybe
in the
that's
summer. Now,
changed.
all I have is hearsay. I don't have any of my own
We got a ground ball
expertise.
going to shortstop. He picks it on up and grounds him out for out number 3.
That'll do it here for the first inning. Saints 0, Hampton-Dumont-CAL 0.
Don't ask me who's coming up because I ain't got it. They're going to have somebody coming up, I assure you.
Those are wise words. Someone coming up from Hampton-Dumont-CAL. We'll get to that here when we return right after this message.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional support, it creates opportunities for individuals and organisations to make a meaningful difference. Every contribution, big or small, helps transform lives and fosters a culture of kindness and generosity. Together, we can create a brighter, more compassionate community. Visit givebutter.com/beasaint for more information. Click the link in this video's description or simply text Be a Saint to the number 53555. Thank you for being a saint.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, And we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationship building.
Thank you, Johnson Oil in Osage, for your generous contributions to keep Saints TV free to watch. Batter is number 4. Let me get to that here, because number 4 was also hitting when we went to break, because we ended up getting that runner out, if you recall, between second and third in that very short pickle. James Stevens, a senior, up to bat. Senior's got a 167 average, a 310 on base percentage. He's hit 3 singles and a double so far this season. I'll say prior to today.
Foul ball going down third base line. We got a little bit of rain picking up here now too, guys. Hey, watching these guys warming up here in between innings there, Landon had an awesome throw down there. But the dude, you got to save that for the game,
Yeah, let them think you got a weak arm, right?
Yeah, that's
so they
right.
attempt to make
Absolutely.
a steal and go get a free out early on.
You don't show them your best in between innings.
That's a great point, Diesel.
1-2 the count. Colton still our pitcher. Everybody else stayed the same here through the Saints, and we've got a gapper going between left center. Anthony goes ahead and picks it up on one hop, and he's got himself a base hit. Nice hit.
Now batting, number 22, Brody Robertson.
Yeah, so I had a single Stevens stat, and we've got Robertson.
We'll see if this rain's going to get worse here or what's going on, and it ain't looking good for us right now.
Robertson, a senior, as we attempt to get in as much baseball as we can here. Hopefully a full game, but Robertson with 1 hit for a single so far this year. He's had 7 at-bats. We got a runner running. He's going to be up.
Oh, he wanted him. He had a ball in the dirt, couldn't handle it, and go up with it. So, yeah, the weather's not looking in our favor here in the next 30 minutes, so we'll see how much ball we're going to get playing here. Hampton just went ahead and stole second base, got us here, so we got a runner at second base. Nobody out after his base hit out to left center. Colton's going to go ahead and 1-1 the count here. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I think the base runner has seen enough activity and base runner management from our Saints that he's not taking a huge lead off. Of course, short and second baseman are kind of hanging by pretty close.
That's right.
Great
swing and a
pitch.
miss for strike 3.
We missed the batter on the camera. Sorry about that for those of you at home who are watching that. That was a nice curveball by Colton Winia.
Brody Peters.
What out here in the top of the second?
Well, as a pitcher, we know how it is that we go ahead and position our defensive guys. And Colton had his batter all swung up there. He swung way early on that one. Nice changeup.
A little bit of a breeze coming into our mics now.
Strike 2.
Colton's doing a really good job with his off speed here. Colton's always been a guy with a lot of velocity, a great arm, and decent ability to control it. But
we ain't got the gun out today.
We don't have the gun. No, the gun's not out because of the rain. We would put it out if there weren't potential for rain, but they like to keep that thing dry.
Yep. Swing and a miss.
Way to mix it up here for Winnie. He throws a couple off speed, throws a fastball for a strike there.
Throws the heater, and you can't keep up to it. And that's what, as a pitcher, you want to keep your batters, off. You know what's coming. If it's fast, slow, up, down, curveball, changeup, fastball, up and in, fastball out and away, swing and a miss.
Baseball's all about disruption, isn't it, Diesel?
That's all you got to do. It's my whole life. Disruption. So that's why I like this game. I just blend right into it.
Hunter Regan, a sophomore, with 13 at-bats, 2 singles so far on the season.
Landon Yinger, good block there. Keeps the ball out front. Got a guy in second base. We don't want him getting any closer. Good setup. Swing and fouled off.
154 is Hunter's batting average. 267 is his on-base percentage. That on-base percentage is an important one. Actually, more important, I would say, than the batting average, right? You got to get on base to score.
I do not care about a batting average versus his on-base percentage. No, that's what you want to be. Ooh, good. Good setup. Inside pitch.
You've seen the movie Moneyball?
Oh, yeah.
It's so good, isn't
like
it?
50 times.
I'm with you, and it's still not enough, is
No,
it? It's still not enough.
If it's on, I'll sit and watch it again. Yep. I could probably go word for word with that game. We got a ground ball going to our shortstop's going to take it. And he got some good play up there, Jace.
Great
Two
play.
brothers going at it. And little big brother lets off, let little brother make the play.
Yeah, that was a great play, too,
You
by
betcha.
little brother.
That's teamwork.
Porter Sweesaw made his only error of the season in first game. So we expect errorless baseball by Mr. Sweesaw. He's delivering that right here. That was beautiful.
Yep,
That was
nice
fantastic.
setup. Good setup.
Going to come back here with the second half of the second inning when we return right after this.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
All right, Colton Winnie up the bat here. Let's get a camera on that for you.
Get him on the video.
We need to see more Colton. Not enough to see the kid on the mound. We want to see him swing a stick out here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hopefully put that baseball on the other side of this fence.
I know you've had a long 24 hours.
Takes two balls. Bottom of two here for the Saints. See if we can erase or not put up another zero. We've got a good hard hit ball, ground ball going to our second baseman, and he can't handle it. Goes on out the second or the center field. I'd give him a base hit on that one.
Oh yeah,
good hard hit ball. He had to go travel a long ways. I think he did glove it, and then, I don't know when does it become an error versus a hit. If he does glove it. If his glove does touch the ball,
you know, it seems
and
a
then
little
it's an
subjective,
error.
right?
It is
seems
subjective.
subjective. Like, do you think that the play would have been made at first? Well,
right.
If you think it would have been made, then I suppose. But I'm with you.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
And we got a pass ball. We go ahead, and Port goes ahead and squares around to try and bunt. Pulls the bat away on a ball, and catcher misses the ball. That's kind of the reasoning behind squaring around and bunting. Just, again, disruption. The catcher's like, oh, okay, now he's going to bunt, and then he pulls the bat away, and then he doesn't focus on the ball and misses the catch.
You know, I had when I was coaching youth ball, we see it a lot, right? When I'll say the beginning of a game, new pitcher comes in, obviously the beginning of a game.
Yep.
And it seemed like at the youth level, a lot of those pitchers would, like the first couple batters would just kind of struggle to throw strikes anyway. So I tended to put maybe a batter who was struggling to swing the bat a little bit, right? But if he's fast and he's got good base running capabilities, I might throw him in there and say, you know what, just get the bat in the zone and like fake bunt. Just fake bunt. Get a bat in there and let him walk you, right? Like if it comes in the zone, bunt it for a hit. You might.
That's
you know.
right.
But if it doesn't, and a lot of times it doesn't because they're cold anyway, and now you're disrupting. Get that kid on base, and now it just kind of changes that whole inning for you because now he's got to manage a base runner in addition to throwing strikes, and it's such a psychological game. But
we've got Kane Dietrich coming in for a courtesy run for our base hit that we got. Oop. Port goes ahead and takes a strike.
Two ones count.
Devin goes through a whole series of signs. There you go. We got a bunt going down third base line and bunts it foul. 2-2 the count for Porter. Now we got to go ahead and start swinging.
Yes, sir.
Kane Dietrich on second base for the Saints. Takes the ball in the dirt. Fills up the count.
This is the part where we hear coaches say, it's up to you. Up to you. You decide. Just need you on base, kid.
Good at bat.
We get
at bat. And we got a loose ball, and Kane went ahead and took third base. Awesome base running there. Perfect base running.
That's so impressive as an 8th grader.
Yep. He had quite a lead. I was just about ready to say something like, you got a shortstop that's kind of right in behind you, dude.
Uncle Mason Beelan, I don't mean to interrupt you here, but Uncle Mason Beelan up to bat right now. And there's his sister. And why is he an uncle? Well, because there's a teeny tiny little baby in there.
Is there?
You bet, right
there.
I don't see it on the screen.
I don't see it right now.
It was just a bundle of joy.
No.
The joy would be the baby.
So, first baseball game ever? Is this it, or were they here last
Baby
night?
Kean was here last night.
Oh, okay. Second baseball game then.
We've got Baby Kean all ready to be decked out in Saints TV apparel. So I'm sure there's more Saints gear to go with that as well.
So Devin's got to go ahead and have a conversation. What's going on here? I think we missed something. See what's going on. Making sure everybody knows what we're doing.
Runners on first and third. We have 0 outs. You coached a lot. What would you have said to him?
We got all kinds of options going on here. So we got something going on. Maybe all you had to do is just tell him, hey, this first pitch, we're going to see where it's going. We got a guy running. Port's going to go ahead and go. So we got him down to second base. He's taken probably the whole time. And maybe that was the whole conversation. Hey, take the first pitch. Okay, see what's going on.
Here's my guess. He's saying, hey, take this. But I was listening to the guys upstairs, and they were suggesting that you should fake the bunt and take the
I think we
pitch.
got coming on here. Now we'll see what goes on here. We'll see if we're going to try and do our 2-to-1 special here.
I haven't seen too much of that this year.
I haven't seen it either.
It's a good opportunity to play it.
Maybe.
Play with it a little bit.
Maybe. Got a strike on him, so see what Mason does here. Goes in and takes up.
I will say this. That's a tough thing to do if your pitcher isn't reliably going to put one within reach.
Right, yeah,
right?
that's
a bunt to anything kind of a play.
Yep.
And if your pitcher's going to put one you got to reach for, that just becomes a dangerous potential.
Right, so there he goes ahead and takes a 5-pitch walk and see what we can do here now. So is this Gavin's maybe first at bat as a varsity player?
No.
Okay.
So in Riker's absence here, the last few games we've seen a little bit of Gavin. Well, you know what? I take that back. He's been playing for Riker, but he has also had a DH. So let me see if there's a stat for him.
So Saints got the bases loaded here. We've got nobody out. Good situation to be in here at the bottom of 2. Gavin just got to come up with a base hit. Be awesome. Get the ball out of the infield. It's out.
Yeah, I don't show any stats for him hitting. I show that he's been playing some varsity, but I don't show any hitting stats. So this might very well be his first at bat as a varsity player.
I don't remember seeing him, but I'm not at all the games. So
Somebody with a name suspiciously close to Fritzalicious chiming in saying his lawns have been mowed, his weekly hair is washed thanks to Mother Nature. He's now waiting for Debbie to give him his weekly allowance so he can buy a ticket to the Saints game. Well, we got you covered. In the meantime there, Fritzalicious, nice job getting your work done. I'm sure you wouldn't be allowed to watch the game unless it were. So because you're here and you're watching, I'm sure it means that, yes, indeed, Debbie has given you permission.
No, little Debbie can come with the game with you, Fritzalicious. I don't know if he knows that or not.
Well,
Maybe
she's
he
probably
doesn't
at the
wanna
game
tell
without him. She's probably saying,
she's
you
already
get
here.
that done. Well, she might be. Hey, you get your chores done.
Yeah.
I'm going to the
I'm
game.
going to the
I'll
game,
be back.
There, that's it. Yeah. Swinging a strike for Gavin, and he goes on down swinging for out number 1.
Number 28, Landon Yinger.
Landon Yinger.
He comes up our 9, bottom of our order here. See what old Landon can do here. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Now, statistically, again, official statistically, his first varsity at bat as well.
It is?
Juice
I
with
thought.
one out. Yeah, I thought so too. I think the Bound might be missing some games.
Yeah,
and
they're
things
missing
like
a
that,
game.
right?
Because I've seen him at bat against.
See, I'm with you. But I've seen enough of these guys
And
play too, right?
why I remember this, because he tried to call time and he didn't get time until he pitched it anyway, and so he kind of like hurried up and swung.
Wasn't
So I
JB,
think-
was it?
I don't think so. We got a fly ball going out to right field. We go ahead, and that just might score, and it does. So way to go, Landon. We got
Great.
himself his first RBI, maybe as a varsity player. Got the ball at infield. That's got it done. We got our first cricket number on the scoreboard because of Mr. Landon. Way to go.
Good
Here
job,
comes
Landon.
our top.
So Cameron was there a little bit slow. Right fielder catches that, right?
Yep. And where
we
he hit
sent-
it, he was probably hitting 15 feet off the right field baseline, and so he's going away from the play. So to get a good hard throw into the home plate's difficult. We send our runner. So we got runners at first and second, 2 outs. Top of the lineup here, Gus Walk. And we've got runners running, and we've got double steal going on. Way to go ahead. Port. Yeah. And Mason's just jogging right behind him.
Megan sounds pretty excited about Mason stealing the base. There's a good chance.
She said that so, like, surprisingly. I don't know. Should be like, well, yeah, of course Mason stole the base. Come on.
I'd be
Why
really impressed when
Yeah.
he's the guy in second in that position. But great job, Mason, stealing the base.
That's right. The guy ahead of you goes, you go. You just keep on running. So we've got a courtesy runner coming up here too. Number 14, Jagger Trenton's into the ball game.
JT Red.
Right on. Let's go see if we can get that white jersey all dirty.
By the way, he's a pinch runner.
Pinch runner, not Curtis. Correct. Pinch runner, right? Yep.
So is pinch runner Megatron the same as a substitution? It's got to be, right? You can't pinch run unless you substitute.
After the second time. Don't you get a pinch runner second time you come
You
in,
can
then
only
you got to come in
re-enter.
the game?
You can only re-enter once. So now Jagger's dead.
Not Jagger. What? Who is? Mason?
Nah.
He's in for Mason.
He's in, yeah.
Yeah, but he can only run once. He can't run again.
Oh, he can't. Oh, he can't. Oh, sure, because he's substituting and then he's out, right? So, unless he's going to play first base.
All right. Well, we'll see what goes on here. We got a base, not a base hit, but a ground ball going down to second base.
Wicked.
Back on the
Oh, boy,
base,
that's
back
trouble.
at the
No, no, no.
base. Yep. Tagged him out, rounding third base. Yep. Yep. Got a little too greedy there, but should have scored. That runner should have scored.
Yes.
Before there. And this is going to be a little teaching moment for Jagger. Tell him what it is that we need to do and not to do. And
As expected, Coach Sweesaw will take a moment with the
what I
player
like to,
there.
what I like to see that. Look at his pants. Look at his pants. See how dirty they are. That's what you got to see. That's good.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation.
All right. Give Butter. That's some real stuff here. Let's go get an out.
Yep, we got a base hit, not a base hit, but a ground ball.
Wow.
Ooh, got him.
That
got
was,
him.
That was close.
Kind of like a swinging bunt going on there. And got him out. Just bam, bam play there at first base. So Hampton almost got aboard with their leadoff, stating how important a leadoff batter is to get on. How much better of a chance that you have. Second guy goes ahead and takes a strike one.
All right, I'm going to do a little wind mitigation here. Diesel.
Wind mitigation.
Wind mitigation, I'm going to call it.
Okay. See if you can get that done.
Which means
we got a ground ball down third baseline, foul ball.
Hold that mic just a little closer to your mouth, and then we're going to try and eliminate.
If it gets
the
any
wind.
closer, I'm going to eat it. I don't want to do that.
Don't do that. I thought you had enough to eat already.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, little buddy. We can get the wind out, but the problem is getting your voice.
What we really should do here, which we don't get this opportunity very often, is that we're going to have Mrs. Diesel go ahead and say a few words here on the
Lady D?
The Lady D's right here behind me. She just showed up, and she's going to say a few words and see what's going on. Maybe she'll inspire somebody. We got a center field pop fly going out to Anthony, and good caught ball for out number 2.
Now batting number 5, Will Mossberg.
I'm not sure Lady D agrees with you on that.
Well, I'm just going to hand her a headset.
Up to number 5.
I don't know what her deal is. She doesn't want to say anything.
I can't believe that.
I know. She says all kinds of stuff at home, but now it's going to be quiet. Got a line drive hit down to our third baseman, Jay Sweesaw, for out number 3.
Boy, oh boy, he makes that look easy, doesn't he?
How many pitch inning was that? 6?
I wish I would have checked the board when he started.
What's the number on that one? 6?
A 6-pitch inning for
Look at
number
that.
12.
Nice.
Saint sophomore Colton Winnie. Nice job. Colton, great job to the guys backing up. That doesn't happen, by the way, on your own. You can't, on your own, manage a 6-pitch inning. And there will be some who say, well, of course you could. You could intentionally walk them. But guess what? And even if you did, you still got to rely on your guys. So great job to these
guys behind you.
We're going to be back right after this message. Don't you dare go.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting Saint Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is...
Hey, we're back. Anthony Schnabel is up to bat here for the Saints. We're just talking about the league in Austin, the Austin Greyhounds. So much fun to watch. They play Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday afternoons. Free, totally free to get in, and everyone there is a baller. Like, these guys know how to play the game.
So them players are college players.
Yep, a lot of college players. There's beyond college players.
Base hit going on out the center field. Good line drive shot
Great
right out there.
Drive.
Center fielder tried to come up in on it and couldn't quite get her done. Nice hit.
Schnabel just didn't leave enough air under it for him to get his glove under that. Great hit by Schnabel, and he's quick, so I expect him to challenge the pitcher here with his leading off, potential for steal. Jace Sweesaw coming up to bat. A senior with so many athletic accolades throughout his high school career.
He goes ahead and takes a strike one. Squares up the bunt. Pulls it back. Thought it was going to be a ball. I don't quite think it was just. I think I was playing that way because Anthony was going regardless.
Yeah, I felt like Anthony was going regardless.
Yep.
You're right. Well, advance the kid.
And they had their third baseman coming right on in, so that would not have been a good idea to bunt at that situation.
Whew, pretty good pitch.
Yep, that was.
Now Jace will assume a 2-strike approach. We decided you're Mike 2 on this, didn't we? I think I'm getting more wind than
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I think I probably got a lot too. He goes ahead and pops it on up down the right field line. Right fielder goes. And I can't see it anymore. It's supposed to be out of play. What we need is a window right there. Need a big window right there.
I know it. If you look at the camera here, it's like, yeah.
Right. Boom, we got a wall.
It's a wall. And they went behind that wall.
Jason's got an 0-2 count. Is it an 0-2 count? 1-2. And we've got a hard hit ball going up center. And we are going to send our guy. We're going to have a home plate play. And Jason's going to go ahead and take off the second base. So he got himself an RBI, or a base hit with a, what do they call it? You reach second. You reach on.
Join the fight. Mothers against white pants and maybe even white jerseys in this case. That was a dandy of a dirty jersey.
That's how it gets done. That's that first, that's that head or your head first slide. That's the way it gets done. Nice hit by Jay Sweesaw. Goes right up the middle with it. Goes ahead and gets our runner on in. He puts his oven mitt on as he stands at second base. And we've got who do we got up here?
Riker Hoffman. And as I hear Megatron, she says she likes to make sliders with her oven mitts.
He likes to make sliders.
Sliders.
Yes. Very good. Riker goes ahead and takes ball 2. Was that first one a strike?
1-1 is the count.
Is it?
Yep.
1-1.
0
Okay.
outs here at the bottom of third. Saints already with a run on the board here in this third inning. If you're just joining us, Hampton-Dumont-CAL Bulldogs have scored 0 in this one. St. Ansgar Saints score 0 in the first inning, 2 in the second, and 1 so far here in the bottom of the third.
Crooked numbers I like to see. Score a couple. Yeah,
What makes it
2,
crooked?
3 is a crooked number. 1's a straight number. We went crooked numbers.
Okay.
There we got a base hit going down right field line. Beautiful hit there. And we got Jace coming on in home, and he slides on in.
You know, a good throw there might be trouble for Jace, but Jace makes it safe. There it is again.
Devin had him going the whole time, too.
12, Colton Winia.
That's where leadoff is very good. Your secondary leadoff is very good. If he doesn't get a good leadoff at second base, he's another 5 feet behind the throw, and all of a sudden he gets thrown out.
Just got a call here from Mothers Against White Pants. They're adding jerseys to the list. Mothers Against White Jerseys and Pants.com.
So now everybody's got to go head first. We got to slide head first, fellas. That Saints across the front of your uniform. Well, I don't want to see that anymore. You just bury it in mud. Bury it. We got number 3 on a pinch runner here. Sutcliffe's going to be on up for our runner here for the bottom of 3. And we've got Colton Winia up to bat. Goes ahead and takes ball out and up, or up and out. Saints go ahead and score another one there, so it's up to 4-0 now. So crooked numbers, keep them going. I don't like them goose egg.
The
Not
round
right behind our name.
The round numbers. Well, I guess 8's a round, kind of a roundish number, isn't it?
Ball down. Hopefully the weather holds on off and we can get this whole game on in. Signs are delivered on in. See what Devin's got up his sleeve here at this pitch. And he takes off. We're going to go try and steal second, and he's up and in easily.
You know, I think we'd have a sound effect for that by now, but
For the slide in is what you're thinking?
I don't know. I mean, it could be anything.
There's got to be a Looney Tunes for that.
Well,
Not
that's
that.
not it.
Not that.
Well, you might have said hello.
You
to the
got
guy in
like
second
everything
base.
but what it is we want
I
on
know.
there.
You know what? It's confusion is what it is. We covered that earlier. We're not going to
Yes.
bore you with that again. But
Yes. Sutcliffe standing on second base. Colton Winnie is up to bat. 3-1 count. Still nobody out. This is working pretty good. Just keep hitting the ball, fellas. Wherever it may land. Ooh. Ooh. Go get that one, Colton. Get that one. Good fastball. Time that one up. Barrel it up. Send it someplace.
full count for Winnie. He had a nice hard hit ball last at bat.
Yep. Ball on down. Takes a walk. Is our softball team playing today someplace?
I don't believe they are.
They got
You
the
know,
weekend off?
If they are, it's not streaming because I have to set that one up, and I
Okay.
have not been asked to set one up. So it's funny, these schedules, they change so much. I've just kind of asked the ladies, the Double Jodes,
Yeah.
who host the Jode show.
They normally have, a couple of tournaments, 3-4 of them a year. So I would
Yeah, they
think
do.
This is usually a weekend they would have one.
It's a wonky. It's been a wonky season. Like Central Springs, they're playing them at a different time than we usually. Usually it's the
really?
first game for us.
Yep.
And then we play at the same time on the same night, but that's just been a little different this year. So there's been a few things that have not been your normal schedule for us.
Porter Sweesaw off the bat here. Bottom of three, still nobody out. Good sign. Good sign. We got runners at first and second. See what Port can do for us here. He goes ahead and drives one on out to center field. It is caught and doubled up at second base. Not good. Heads not in the game.
Number 11, Mason Beelan.
No, Hampton-Dumont-CAL does have their head in the game.
Yes,
but
they do.
That was,
They knew exactly where to go with that one. So the ball gets caught out center field, brought in, thrown out at second base. So now we got 2 outs.
I didn't see exactly what happened with the runner. Was he engaged in a potential steal? Was he just too far along on that, or?
Don't know.
Either case,
I didn't see that coming, but
good double play by Hampton-Dumont there.
Yep.
Colton Winnie on first. Mason Beeland.
Good take, Mason. Way to lay off that high fastball.
Pretty quickly go from 0 outs to 2 outs. Of course, a double play will do that to a guy. Colton Winnie being the pitcher here now with 2 outs. We got a courtesy runner. Kane Dietrich comes out.
Kane's getting all kinds of run time.
Oh
in
man,
there.
I love it. I love
right.
it. He's smart. He reads the pitcher well. We're gonna back this camera up here. He
Yep.
reads the pitcher well. Gets good lead off, good secondary.
Fast when he gets out there. Got to know the game when he comes in. Because now, he comes in off the bench and, we got 2 outs. We've got 1-1 count. All of a sudden, boom, all that stuff's got to come relative to your head. What am I doing here? Every pitch. How far to lead off. All of that. Got a tip ball there. Swinging strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, well, thank you, Lady Genius.
What is she doing?
She's bringing nourishment.
Is that right? Got a fly ball going out the left field. Fair ball? No, foul ball. And Kane's about almost a home plate by now. He was wheeling. It did not matter.
I'm not used to seeing a player run across the middle of the field like that to go back.
No, that's not the norm, but in the middle of the game here.
He's eighth grade. We'll keep this game moving.
Yep.
We don't need to wear him out.
I think that was, 6 inches foul for Mason here. See what you can do. We've got a fly ball going out to right field, and Burns, our right fielder. Mason's putting on the wheels. Kane is held up at third base. Couldn't quite bring him in.
So, I'm watching the ball, keeping the camera on the ball. I have to believe Kane should have been wheeling with 2 outs and maybe didn't. Is that maybe what?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. When I come around to look, I would have thought that he would have had him going, but then I thought I seen Devin's hands up to hold him up. So,
well, and I
don't know if did he bobble around third base, like he slip a little bit maybe or something.
I don't know.
Okay, don't know. I would have thought he would have sent him too, but because that was deep enough that the relay had to be a long throw. So.
Well, he's so fast. Again, he's so fast that in my mind.
Yep.
With 2 outs, as soon as that thing goes off the bat, you're going, and he's home about the time that ball finds its way into the hand of the right fielder.
Well, these are the games that you test stuff like that.
You do. And I'll say, he's in 8th grade, right? So this is a great time. He's getting some really, really early education on some of these things that a lot of the guys have to wait for that playing time a little bit later. But because of his speed, because of his ability to read a pitcher, all those reasons, we're seeing a lot of him here.
Yep.
And you know what? If that was on him, then okay, great. He's not going to make that mistake next time. And again, I didn't see it. It might not have been on him at all. It might have been a slip. It might have been a lot of different things. So, in either case, Saints lead this one 4-0. Bottom of the third. 2 runners in scoring position here.
We just need a ball out in first or out of the infield here. We got a ground ball going to our second baseman. He goes ahead and throws it.
And Zachel, a guy capable of putting that ball through the infield in this case. Gets a bat on it, but that's out number 3 for these Saints. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Good inning.
With the top 4.
You are what?
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saint Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams.
And we're back. Here we are. We are at the top of 4 now. Colton's still going to be our pitcher here for the 4th inning, and we'll keep on throwing him as long as we possibly can. Daniel Genius is taking a little break here so he can go ahead and snarf down a sandwich. Then we go ahead and take swing strike 1. The rest of the defense here for the Saints is all the same. Everybody's right where they need to be. Got a little rain running off the roof here now. I think that's kind of quit here for right now, so hopefully that continues to stay the same here. 1-1 the count. Colton goes ahead and throws her in the throws it in the dirt. And we'll just have the batter go ahead and throw it back to him. Not the norm, but hey, whatever, dude. 2-1 the count. We've got a little blooper going on to our second baseman, and Gus Walk goes ahead and eats it on up. Out number 1. Kind of off the handle of the bat. Almost looked like he just almost overrun that one, and Gus is right on it. All good there. Colton's coming in at pitch number 37 right now. Good number to be on. Got another ground ball going under our shortstop. Port goes ahead and eats that one on up. Makes a nice throw to first base for out number 2.
Number 4.
So I think we only had a 6-pitch inning last inning, and he's working real well to probably beat that this inning. A 4-pitch inning right now. 5. 4 right now. See if he can beat his own record here. Back-to-back innings. 4-0 here for the Saints. Top of 4. You're not going to break your personal best here, Colton, when you start throwing them in the dirt like that. Hit a corner. Get a ground ball. Pop fly, something. Make it easy. Ball outside. Comes in with a strike. You just joined in. We had last game we won. Had the 10-run rule going at the 6th inning, and so now we are on our second game here. Colton Williams on the mound. Goes to our shortstop again. Port goes ahead and throws it on over. And I think he tied his pitch, or is that a 7-pitch? Megan, what you got? Sure I could. We'll get the true number here. 9-pitch inning. So, again, very well. We'll come on back after our in-between innings here.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed and Saint Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the 4th Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500.
Landon Yinger.
Landon Yinger is going to be leading us off here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Last inning, I remember he went out and put a fly ball out the right field and went ahead and got an RBI on us. He goes ahead and takes ball 1.
Thanks for covering for me there, Diesel. I had the most delicious BLT prepared for me by the loving hands of Lady Genius. It was
He
so
brought
good,
you a
so
home-cooked
nourishing.
meal up to this crow's nest for you, huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't know what's going on there. I see audience members, people in the stands pointing out the activity here in the dugout. I don't know what it is.
And everybody's underneath an umbrella right now, too. So we got a pretty nice little, sprinkle? Hard sprinkle, I guess you could call it. It's coming straight down. Okay.
It's just high humidity because you predicted 1 o'clock.
Yeah, how far off am I? Where am I?
Well,
What
it's not
time?
quite 1. And I
I
think
got
it's
2
just-
minutes yet.
I think it's just really high humidity. So the rain's coming.
Sorry that I was off on a couple minutes on the rain prediction, but Landon goes ahead and takes another for a 3-1 count. Nobody out, leading off batter for this inning. And he goes ahead and takes ball 4. Hey, look at this. We got leadoff runner, leadoff batter on base.
Number 15, Gus Walk.
And we very well may have a courtesy running coming in for Landon, and we do. Number 10, looks like that we're going to have a Clevenger come on in his spot.
One of those Clevenger kids. I've heard about those guys.
Yeah, there's a couple of them on there. And we got our top of the lineup coming on up here for Gus Walk coming in. Runner on first, nobody out. Hoping to put up another crooked number. 2 seems to be the number of every inning here. And I'm fine with another 2. 10 looks better, but play through the rain here. Don't foresee that we're going to see any lightning, no thunderstorm or anything like that coming around. Got a pop fly going down right field line and is foul, not caught. Still in play yet?
Nope.
Or not?
Far, far out of play.
Okay.
Past our wall, which our wall.
We threw the ball in, though.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
still
he
in the
got to
ballpark.
it.
You still got to it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's strike number 2 now. Gus goes ahead and takes a. Wasn't foul by far, but right by the third base line and foul by maybe a foot or so.
There's Coach S. If you can see that blazing speed, even at that age.
He got himself a souvenir. How about that?
I think they give you a nickel for those if you
Well,
catch a foul ball
I
and
heard you
bring it
guys
back.
talk about that last night.
Yeah.
We got a pass ball, and Matt Clevenger's going to go ahead and take off down to second base. Fritzy was talking about I remember a quarter.
Well, Fritzy's a lot older than you are.
Well, sheepers. I don't think he's that much older, but maybe he is. Either that or
Inflation.
maybe that's what he told everybody you got, and he just ran after it, and you really got a quarter. I remember getting enough foul balls to buy myself a pop at a ball game. How about that?
Well, how much was a pop?
That's why I'm thinking you got a quarter every time.
Maybe the pop was a quarter, and you had to collect
No,
5
pop
balls
was like
to get it.
35 cents.
Oof.
Ooh, and he got him. Yep. Couldn't quite do it. So he tried to steal third base on a passed ball, and he slid right into it, and their third baseman's kind of shaken up. I think the old steel cleat probably got him right in the ankle. Yeah. Might need a bandage. Or don't worry about it. Walk it off.
Yep. I think that's what he's doing.
Yep.
He's all right, we're good. We're good.
The worst I remember seeing, we were playing in the old Charles City game, or the old Charles City field, the one that always flooded before they got their new one here now. So this is years back. Guy comes in, Charles City kid comes in, slides into second base, and you literally hear him break his ankle from the dugout. Yeah. He slid in, and all of a sudden, snap, it went. And the reason I know this because my son Brandon was playing second base. He had to tag him out as he's laying there with his ankle knocked over at 90 degree angle.
That's
that's bad.
Not good.
Yeah, they hauled him off, and the ambulance about 10 minutes later showed up and took him. Yeah, bad deal. So That's where I'm a firm believer that head first sliding.
Yeah.
Now we got these
I
oven
see
mitts out there wearing all the time. Heck,
Well,
that's easy.
It should make it easier, right?
That's right. So Gus Walk goes ahead and takes a walk again. We got Anthony Schnabel coming on up, and he hits a ground ball to the second baseman, and it is tough for him to handle. Gus never let off, and he takes off to third base. Good running, Gus.
So in Gus's case, think about that. He's not even questioning rounding
Right.
second base and going, and it's not because he's looking at the ball and making a decision. He's looking at the coach at
You
third
betcha.
base there who's saying, I'm watching the situation. You watch me. That's
Yep.
great communication,
Yep.
great execution by Gus Walk.
The arm's still rotating, so you keep on running. So Anthony puts the ball in play and gets a runner over to third base, and now we've got runners at first and third again. Jace Sweesaw up the bat for the Saints.
What do you predict
Third
here?
baseman.
Diesel, what do you predict?
Oh,
and
first
third?
pitch, I would send Anthony. Okay. And we're in the bottom of fourth inning here. We're in the middle of the game here. Anthony goes and takes off, and you got to throw down the third base. Holds Gus right there. He stands up on the bag. He's safe. We got runners at second and third.
Not a bad play by the catcher there.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the kid on second. He's pretty quick. And
Now the
Let's go
Hampton
straight
goes
to
ahead
third.
and pulls everybody on in. They're going to be on in. That's a ball out.
You're saying some of the effect of, with one out, runners on second and third. We've seen something like this
Oh,
before.
yes. Very much so. Yeah. So we'll see what he does here. Devin goes ahead and puts out a sign. Runners are kind of free to go here because they got all the infielders are in. We've got a base hit down third base, out to the left fielder, and Anthony's coming on in. There's going to be a play at the plate, and he is safe at home. Our runner, Jace, takes off the second base. That's how it's done. Nice job, Jace. Good time for a good hard hit base. Base
Bring
hit.
those guys up and just put a bat on
You
it.
betcha. Good timing there. That's a lot of this game is timely hitting. It's good to see hard hit balls at any given time, but definitely when you got runners in scoring position, that's when you want a base hit. That's when you want that double to the fence. So Hampton's going to go ahead and do a little switcheroo here. I'm thinking a lot of switching and ruin going on because pencil seems to be wiggling quite a bit there. So, Megan, you're going to have quite a lot of work to be done here.
The camera presets have somehow. Oh, you know what? I bet you.
What are you doing? Technical difficulties going on here?
No. I thought maybe my tripod had loosened up or something. That does not seem to be the case.
Like I said, there's a lot of things going on.
There are. We talked a little bit earlier about kind of who their main pitchers are. We got Jackson Moats, a senior, who has started 3 games. Brody Robertson, a senior, who has started 3 games. And the third place of as far as starters are concerned is Dawson Wilkert, number 10, a senior, who is now on the mound here for these Bulldogs. Dawson Wilkert has played in 2 games. He started both of them. 9.2 total innings, 197 total pitches, 48 overall batters, and he has in an ERA of 5.07. So as far as pitchers go, this is runs allowed, if you want to call it that. This is certainly the most talented that we've seen so far today. Statistically, I should say. His whip is 1.66. That's walks and hits per inning pitched. Which you just kind of summarize and say basically runners allowed on base, right? Per inning pitch, 1.66.
Maybe you told me this, that I've asked their record. What's Hampton's record? on there.
Yeah, you know what? I need to look that up because it wasn't super visible right away, but I think I have a spot.
Riker's up for the Saints here. He goes ahead and takes strike one. Jay Sweesaw's on second base after that hard hit base hit on down the left field, and goes ahead and scores two, and he takes off on the throw. We got a ground ball going to their third baseman. He checks the runner. Jace is going to go ahead and take on off the third. Nice run in there. Riker goes ahead and moves the guy on up 90 feet for out number one.
Now batting, number 12, Colton Winia.
So third baseman did a nice job there. He checked the runner back just like he was supposed to. And he threw it over to first base, got the out. And Jace is quick enough that he got over to third base after the throw to first. He's standing on third base now with one out. So ball in the outfield. We got ourselves another RBI. Then takes up. Ball one. Colton Winias are up to bat here today. Bottom of four play here for the Saints. Looks at a strike.
So it's funny, I don't have like a record in front of me, but I'm looking at Hampton-Dumont has lost every game but their last one. They beat Humboldt 4-3.
Okay.
A doubleheader that they lost the first one 3-8 in. So Hampton-Dumont, just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses to one win. So they're 1-9 coming into today.
They played a lot of baseball then.
Played a lot of baseball.
What is our? What is our? We played 10 games now after
7-1. I'm sorry, 8-1 after last night, right? 9-1 now after our first today.
So this is our 10th game that we're in here for now.
11th, 9-1, right? Plus
plus
this
today.
Game.
Okay.
Yep, plus this game. So.
Yep. We've got a pass ball, and Jace will go ahead and score on in for another one this inning. 2 outs here. It's good to see they're playing this much ball, and it's always a goal, a lot of our players, to have a 20-win season. Out of a 20-win season, we've got to be, usually we play, I'm going to say roughly 30, 33 games. That's our goal.
Yeah, and what's the limit? There's 40. Is it a 40 game limit with a 24 day?
Yeah, I didn't get that. You guys were talking about that the other.
Yeah.
So 40. That sounds like there's people that play more games than that. Like, holy cow!
No, well, I remember
40 games in 25 days or something like that. They said
it's 24 days. So there's dates. 24 varsity dates on the calendar. So you might play doubleheader. I'll say technically you couldn't play more than 48
they
games
play doubleheader
if
every
you did
day.
a doubleheader game. And they're saying, yeah, well, you can only play 40 games though.
I guess you could go ahead and play a triple header. Jeez. That's a long day.
Awful.
But I don't know. Rain's starting to pick up here a little more now too, so we'll see how long this is going to happen if we can't keep a dry baseball. And
yeah, it sounds steady, right?
Yep, it does. Radar looks all nice and green. And it's probably a good time for us to be up to bat and not out in the outfield right now. So we better score more and more and more if we can.
All we need is 8, and we can just actually call it a full game. But
there we go. Yeah. Yep. We got a fly ball going out to right center. Right fielder's going to come on over and catch it for out number 3. And Saints go on out in the bottom of the 4th here with 3 runs. Don't know how many hits we've had. Some, anyway. Then we'll come on back with Hampton being on up.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
To watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbors in need in Saint Ansgar.
Hey, we're back. Colton Winnie is still on the mound here, 41 pitches in, and he's pitched 4 innings. So that's 10 and a quarter pitches per inning. Like, that's pretty dang good.
That's very
baseball
good.
there, and
That is very good. Yep.
You know, when you have he had a 6-pitch inning in there. He had a 9-pitch inning in there. Those are not typical. I remember from pitch counting, I figure if you had a 13-pitch inning, that's a pretty good inning. Like, and there's some guys that would average that, but Colton's averaging
anything in the teens is
10-ish.
always a good number, and he's knocking that out of the park there too. So, real good off-speed pitch there. He's got a 1-1 count on this guy. Goes ahead and takes down. Looks good. Not good enough though. Still sprinkling here a little bit. Looks a little lighter, so maybe there's a little hole in them clouds that'll help us get some better weather. Good spot on the outside pitch.
I think the sound on the roof of the building that we're in makes it sound a little worse than it is. If you look at the guys out there, it's like I'm not really under the impression.
Dennis, it's not sprinkling, it's raining.
Yeah, I guess it's raining.
Colton winning with a strikeout. Attaboy, Colt.
We're throwing the ball around. It's a good place. Good look to see.
Number 13, sophomore Brody Peters up to bat. He's at 22 at-bats.
Fly ball going down third base line. Jace is camping underneath it. Makes the catch. Out number 2.
We'll take that. Again, 1 pitch to the batter.
Now up, number 14, Hunter Reed.
So it's like 7 right now he's at. Right? Probably. How many pitch?
Struck the first one out. I don't recall what his count was on that, but
how many pitch? 6. That's 6 right now. See if he can do this. His best was 9, right? Nice spot.
Well, he had 6. He had a 6th and a 9.
He did it. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Right?
Yep. But again, it's the play of the guys behind him, like that catch right there. 1 pitch to a guy, and he got it out because Jace is under it, making a great catch. Ooh, that's a nasty little throw he's got there.
Yep. That's a movement going on there. It just dives about the last 15 feet before the plate. Dove a little bit too much on that one. Took a ball low.
Hunter Reichen, a sophomore, up to bat right now.
We got a ground ball going to our third baseman.
Oh, boy.
Big Sweesaw is going to make it. Got a ground ball in the dirt. Does not make the throw.
Porter Sweesaw says to his brother in passing, should have let me get it, bro.
I'm sure he did.
I've already made my error this year.
So now the contest on who makes the least amount of errors between the Sweesaw boys?
Isn't it his brotherly love is what it is?
Oh, yeah. That'll always come back. Remember that day? I should have got the ground ball, and you took it and throw an error to the first baseman. Sure, I'm sure. So we got a guy on first base, 2 outs. Got a pop fly going over to left field, and it is right at the fence.
I think one of the greatest plays.
Gavin Swire couldn't quite get to her.
I saw.
Or he was going to bullnose right through that fence, one of the two. So, what were you saying, Kendall?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to recollect where it was that it happened.
A play. We got a runner going down. Oh, landing can't quite come up with the handle. It's raining, fellas. This is what's going to happen.
That's right.
He wanted it too. He was in position. And the ball fumbles right out of his hands. Runner on second base. And we got a line shot going down left field line. And Gavin's going to go ahead and let that one go. It's out of play. Good hard hit ball. Foul. See, this is why we got a golf cart with a roof on it.
That's true.
Hey, Megan, since you say it's raining, since you corrected me. She's always correcting me.
Hey, why not?
At least trying to correct me. Trust me, I correct her often enough too. So, Colton's got an 0-2 count on this guy. One pitch right here it is. Not so much. We got a ground ball going up the middle. Gus goes on over our second baseman, and he throws it on over for out number 3. Nice put out.
It's a hard deal for first baseman to dig those out of the ground, and Mason does a great job on that one.
So, yeah. Gus gives him a big hug saying, thank you, buddy. You held me up on that one.
The great play I was talking about. So it reminded me of that last one a little bit. So it was in Cresco, and we were actually broadcasting from over there, and it was Mikhail Meyer comes from left field.
Yep.
And he comes and just slides into the fence, just bang into the fence. Caught the ball, pops up, throws it in. It was like we were
remember
right there.
that play.
Great play by Mikhail.
Yep.
All right, hey, we're going to be back right after this one with the bottom 5. Don't go anywhere.
Saints are up.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Saints TV's Be a Saint program is a community-driven initiative dedicated to spreading love and support to neighbours in need in Saint Ansgar. By addressing a variety of needs, from financial aid to emotional...
Number 25.
Yeah, we got some yellow coming this way. It's going to be good. Hey, let's go ahead and get 8 right now. We need it.
We only need 3.
We need, what do we got?
We need 3.
We only need 3, don't we? Yeah, we're in the 5th inning now. Yeah, here we go. Rain's
25.
getting a little harder right now, and it ain't going to get any better the way it looks.
Quarter of the quarter up to bat.
He goes ahead and takes it up. Sprinkling? Heavy sprinkle? Now what is it? It's raining, guys. I don't know what you...
It's a heavy...
What a heavy sprinkle, heavy humidity, whatever you want to call it. It's wetness. How about that? It's wetness. Okay?
If it weren't for this darn rain, we'd have got the velocimeter out there and be
That's
tracking the speed of these pitches. It's got some good velocity.
Hey, we need 3 runs here and call it a plate. Is it actually officially, if we enter the 5th inning, is it over on a rain out like this? I think it is. I don't think you got to finish it, do you?
Well, if you had to finish it, you just go step on the plate and make contact with the ball and get 3 outs and get a 7-0 win and call it. If
Could
you had
do
to
that.
finish the inning, you wouldn't.
Well, I don't know what the official rain call is or official game. Okay, we got a 5 ball going on up to our left fielder. Shortstop's going back. Shortstop catches it. Loses his glasses in the meantime, or whatever he's got there. Yeah, his glasses, yeah.
I've got to believe.
11, Mason Beelan.
Here's my prediction, Diesel.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the score is. At the end of this inning, we'll cover that pitcher's mound and we'll all call it a day.
Yep. And the home plate.
Yep. I know that
Mason Beelan goes ahead and takes strike one.
it's important that specifically that pitcher's mound doesn't take on too much moisture. It takes a while to recover, so I'm sure they're not going to risk that when we're out by
A couple years
7.
back, I did ask the guys,
Jeez,
what would it take to, buy a tarp for the infield?
For the entire infield?
The entire infield, yes. I guess that's kind of a spendy deal.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
What about storage and maintenance of that cover?
Well, they always, they roll it up against either first or third baseman line, and you roll it out, and then you roll it the other direction, and it covers up,
I suppose they
200
do-
by 200 tarp, whatever it is.
They do it in the pros all the time.
Right. And would surely, we had kind of a makeshift one. We got a fly ball going on up to the third baseman. That's going to be a little tough with the rain coming down, and that's out number 2. Mason Beelan goes and pops up to their third baseman.
Number 8, Gavin Squire.
And so they just may call it here after this here. If we get out here or something, because it's coming down pretty good. I'd hate to have somebody tweak an ankle again because it's just wet.
Yeah.
Somebody get hits by a pitch in a bad spot because of a slippery ball. And
Like you said, I think you can officially call it a game, and I don't even know those exact details, but
I think
certainly at the end of 5, it's a game, right? So
yes, for sure. I think it's actually if you even enter the 5th inning. But maybe Fritz Delicious is listening in that could come up with that. That's our trivia question for the game. We got a fly ball going out to right field, and it's missed. And he's going to go ahead and take off to second base and stand up on second base. And Gavin Squire gets himself it's probably a base hit with an error, and he's going to end up on second base. Nice hit.
Number 28, Landon Yinger.
Great job, Gavin.
Yep. See if Landon can go ahead and trade places with Mr. Squire there.
Wouldn't be so bad, would it?
No, that's always a good idea. Trading places with people, that's always a good idea. Put Landon right to his knees, didn't he?
It's almost
that's
like a warning to him. Don't get so close to the plate, kids.
Brush him off a little bit. Take that one, Landon. Got to wear it. There's a nice base hit, but a little bit foul.
My goodness, about took that tree down.
Yeah, he did. That's a good hard hit. Straighten it out by about 100 feet, though, Landon, all right? Wait for it.
Yeah, that's a good, hard-thrown ball. Great velocity in that pitch, and Landon's still there so early.
Yep. Ball in the dirt. We go ahead and pass ball. Squire goes ahead and takes third base.
We told you I told them that we'd show them those decaled vans that these players came in on. Look at those Hampton-Dumont transportation modes.
Yeah. There you go. That looks top notch right there.
Yeah, sure does, man. A little bit like Secret Service out there.
That's it. Yeah. There's Secret Service of Hampton
They
County,
could
huh?
be. It could be.
Landon Yinger still up the bat for the Saints. He pops it straight on up, and it is out of play. Yep, out of play.
Group of kids there
Didn't
fighting
make
for their nickels.
Yeah. They did not make the parking lot.
With the rain picking up, the breeze is kind of picking up in here. The temperature seems to be dropping.
If I was a duck, I would love today. Great weather to be a duck. And a farmer, beautiful rain for the crops out there. He go ahead and he takes ball 3, right?
Yep.
3-2.
Full count here. Gavin on third.
Speaking of ducks, we got a duck on third base there for you, Landon. Let's go. Bring him in. Got a pop fly just behind first base, going down right field line. Foul ball by about 4 feet. Gets another shot at it. Good at bat. He's going to have 7 pitch at bat here.
Yeah, just a freshman. I'm really impressed with how Landon plays the game.
Yep. Pitch is on his way. Goes ahead and takes ball up. Nice at bat. Good take.
Up to bat, number 15.
That's tough to do there. Full count like that. I think we are going to call it. Getting too muddy.
Devin says, I want to see that
Evan
mound.
Clicking in and.
Or. Yeah, they got
Go and do a little maintenance.
Get the mud out of that thing so the pitcher can get a grip on the mound there.
Yep. Got some chisels at home I can quick and get his cleats all dug out. I would think Devon should have a grounds crew here on a day like today, right? Working all these things out like that.
You know, it's funny because we got these. So I got that, and I apologize. I'm not actually speaking to the subject you're talking about here, but he is a grounds crew. So talk about this noise gate with the wind coming in. So with a consistent wind coming in, the noise gate lets our voices through a little bit easier. When the wind stops blowing, that's when we start getting choppy out here. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I know that.
We get a little bit choppy because it's like, well, I'm going to block out the first noise I hear, which usually is the wind.
Look at that.
I'm kind of
It's just crazy in what it is you can do here.
I don't know. It's crazy.
You can fix
It's
anything, can't
probably
you?
predictable,
All you
but
got-
I'm learning as I go too.
You just got to know what dial and button to push here.
So they're doing their maintenance on the mound.
And give it about 15 minutes. It ain't going to matter anyway because it's going to really start pouring here a little shortly. So who knows?
Well, and I'm sure
We'll
they'd
see
like
what
to
goes
get
on.
whatever. Like I said, boy, oh boy, I'd be surprised if we go to the sixth inning.
Yeah, I would be too. But, you know, who knows? It couldn't be any more still.
Who's up to bat here? Gus is up. You know what? Gus puts one over the fence right here and right now. Score 3, and the game will end naturally.
Let's see if that'll work. That'll be great.
What do we got at center? 372 to center. We were asking that the other night. It was 305 or 304, something like that in Janesville, just over 300.
Oh, really?
We are 332 left. 372 center.
I think we're 342 and right, aren't we?
Is that right?
I don't know. I can't see it. I got to do a lot of stretching to get that.
307.
Okay.
So your best play is to be
a lefty.
Be a lefty with the hunger for an inside pitch.
What was Lake Mills is the shortest?
Yeah.
285?
You know, I don't know what it is, but I think they're low
with a
fences.
10-foot, with a 10-foot fence, I think, instead of an 8-foot fence.
Guess what's happening here,
And here comes the rain. And we are going to say enough is enough.
Yep. If we're fighting the clock anyway, and we're taking extra time to fix the mound, then we may as well just
We got to shake them up, and we better get some tarps on out and save what we've got for a field here yet.
You got it. Hey, good timing, though.
Kind of is. We'll see if these guys, they're going to go in for an outfield slide here, I imagine. Get them on there. They didn't slide it.
They should be.
Yeah.
They might clean some of the dirt off their pants.
That's right. Instead of the brown dirt, you're going to have green stains. That's what you need.
Well, let's talk about the schedule a little bit. We've got a day off tomorrow, Sunday. Make sure you
Is it another busy week then, like we had this past week?
No, actually, well, varsity-wise, not a busy week. We have a home game against Central Springs on Tuesday, and then we go to Newman on Friday. That's the varsity schedule. We got a JV, I believe, doubleheader on Tuesday night. I was hoping I'd get the ears of these managers to confirm or deny that. But I believe we have a doubleheader here on Tuesday JV. I thought I saw a JJV game on the schedule. So, and that one I think Forest City maybe here in the morning.
So
one of those mornings.
There's not a whole lot of JJV games going on.
Not a lot of JJV games going on.
I hate to see that because that was always a good schedule. Get another 15 JJV games coming in, and it's a rarity to see that anymore. I hate to see that.
I know, and I think it has to do maybe not only with teams that don't have enough players or
I think so,
umpires. I think it has to do with a lot of different things. But in either case, I think is Newman a triple header? I want to say it probably is.
Always
on
used
Friday.
to be. Yep.
So
always used to be.
That'll be in Mason City, and let me tell you, we're going to be broadcasting it, but don't count on the broadcast. Get to Mason City and cheer these guys on. What a great opportunity for these Saints players who are playing so well right now. I think they learned probably a lot from that loss on whatever night that was at
Tuesday night at.
Is that Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't know. Whenever it was. Anyway,
North Butler.
Took a tough loss. Nope, at Nashville Plainfield. In Plainfield.
Yes.
On that new field there.
Yep.
They've been nothing but really strong since then. And, you know, a loss like that can be really, really good for a team. These Saints seem to be responding well. So we know we see Newman in our sights on Friday. We also have a Central Springs game. Central Springs has a decent record. Last I saw was 4-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
But definitely not one to overlook by any means. So they'll be here on Tuesday. Be here if you can. If not, there's Saints TV for that. And on Friday, make a point to get over to Mason City to cheer these boys on live. They need your cheers coming from those stands in that ferocious Newman Knights home stadium. And that'll be, I think, the end of the first. It's usually the end of the first half of conference play when we play the Newman game.
Correct.
So,
yep. That's always changed because years ago, that always used to be our first game that we'd always come up with.
Was that right?
And now they've kind of changed that on up, and now they're in the middle of the season, so we play them at the end of the first rotation and then end of the second rotation, and seems to be a better spot. I kind of like that a little better. And but yeah, they got. I don't know how Newman is playing, and I don't know. I guess I don't know absolutely nothing about any of our conference play. Haven't been following anybody, but every conference game like that is always a big game. And now we only got the 2 here for next week, so got a few practice dates in there and do a little rest after this busy. We had 6 games this week after today.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah.
And
7-0.
We've got some time. So I'm assuming we're going to call this a completed game at 7-0.
Yeah, that's why they're all packing.
Right. And we just got a game Wednesday. Yeah, but is it officially?
Official. Does it take 5 complete innings because we're an out short?
4.5. So you can 4.5.
Okay, so we're there.
Okay.
As the home team leading. Okay, so we can call this officially 5 because we are the home team.
Correct. Okay.
Who's giving up some runs.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, doubleheader. Sometimes you don't always play as the home team. So that's it from Tradition Field. Thanks for joining us here on this rainy Saturday. Not a bad day for baseball until the rain came, and with the rain, we are calling it 7-0.
We'll see everybody come Tuesday then, right?
Tuesday, Central Springs here, and then Friday in Mason City. Take your Monday, get your rest, boys, ladies, and gentlemen. Come ready to scream in these stands for these Saints on Tuesday.
Pictures Monday.
And don't forget, Pictures Monday. Moms, get those kids all prepped up for Pictures on Monday. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.